You want to know what guys really think and talk about behind closed doors? Look no further. Welcome to the Other Guys podcasts. You'll most likely be offended, but you'll probably laugh too. So, enjoy. Okay, welcome to the Other Guys podcast. I have a bit of a sultry voice today because I'm a little under the weather. Murray?
I don't know. I wouldn't call it sultry. I'd call it maybe like
Nasally? Is it nasally?
That's up there. No, it's fine.
Moby?
Maybe. It's a little scratch in your throat.
Maybe.
Yeah, I get
Better
you.
or worse than original?
Sorry?
Better than worse than original voice?
No, I think it's worse.
Oh, okay.
But only because, it's more. I think I can hear more of the nasal than the throat.
Do we have a third option?
I could sound deeper. No, I don't know, man.
Or
we could just,
there you go.
or you could do the whole pod in Christian Bale's Batman voice.
You wouldn't last very long.
Try holding that
No,
shit.
No, if you're sick, there's no way you're going to hold on.
You know what years?
Yeah.
Oh, Batman news. Yeah.
Hi, guys. In Batman news,
I
we
don't
have
know.
some Batman news to report.
Welcome to the Other Guys podcast.
Yeah.
Hi,
I've never said that.
Yeah,
I've never said that before.
You did well. It's almost like anybody else but
first.
him would be a good host for the show.
That's the idea. That's
Welcome
exactly.
to the Other Guys podcast.
That's what I'm trying to set. That anybody
Murray.
can be a host.
This is Kevin.
Yeah.
And that's Kirk.
Hi.
And I'm sitting here. We've got coffee. It's we're all a little tired, but what's funny? We're actually recording this, and I still don't know what the topic is.
That's how we
This
do.
This is how Kevin rolls.
This is
how Kevin likes to do things.
Listen, this is the same way I live my life. You think I got plans? You think I know what I'm doing? No, I'm. What do you call it? Joker.
I
We're talking
know
about
you
Batman.
don't know.
We were talking about Batman. Remember the Joker?
Yeah, we were.
When he's like, he's like a
No,
dog
he had a plan.
chasing
No,
plates.
he had a plan.
He's like chasing plates.
No,
he wouldn't knew what
he was lying. He was lying.
he wouldn't. Well, okay, maybe I'm like.
The Joker's maniacal in the sense that he makes it seem like chaotic, but he knows what he's up to.
Everything is a plan.
Well, I don't know.
You
I
think
don't
it's
know.
all just dumb luck.
It's
Or
like the
him just
mystique. It's the mystique of Joker,
Maybe.
right?
Yeah, but it's all very planned out.
It's still like a maniac planned it, but still planned out. You know.
Speaking of that, though, Batman, how do you feel that they've now confirmed that Ben Affleck is no longer going to be the Batman?
Well, here's the thing. DC in general, it has been through. They're in a very weird place because I don't know if you've seen Aquaman.
I have not.
Good movie. It's
I
got
heard it's
great numbers.
Yeah, it's doing.
So
it's kicking ass.
it shows
Yeah.
DC can do shit, but at the same time, you got all these.
Well, I heard they made a good movie.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like a spectacle. Like it's underwater and there's a lot going on.
It's the Black Panther of the DC universe.
And
That's
but
the
people
best
are
way
having
I'm
a good
gonna-
time watching it.
a good
Like
movie.
people like that movie and like him. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. And I read this thing about that movie is that because of his following,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, Jason Momoa, he's a hunk.
He's a big dude, yeah.
Yeah, he's a hunk. Game of Thrones, he's been in some other stuff, but like women really like this guy.
Tall, handsome. Long,
Women really
tats.
like this guy, right?
He's got everything. Yeah.
Yeah, women really like this guy, and a lot of men like him
Yeah.
because they want to emulate him, right?
So
Or
it's
they
universal sex appeal.
It's
Appeals to
it's like
everybody.
The Rock in a way, and I don't want to talk about The Rock. I want to talk about the other stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like women really like The Rock. And they do because I know a bunch that are like they would push us downstairs to go and have a night with The Rock.
I like Terry Crews the most. If I had to pick a muscly, hunky guy,
It's interesting.
he seems sensitive.
It's interesting. A lot of people are picking The Rock.
I think I pick like Terry Crews. He's sensitive. He's funnier than The Rock to me. I can watch.
It's not a contest. I'm just
I'm
trying
just
to use
saying,
The Rock
like-
as an example.
I'm just saying this is my guy. I'm gonna lock
All
in
right,
with that.
right.
Lock in with
Thanks
that
for that.
answer. I'm going with the non-obvious choice.
But a lot of men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they like The Rock. Like
Yeah, I like
they
The
don't
Rock
wanna
more when
see
I was
with
in
The Rock.
He's
when I was
the
in-
alpha dog.
when I was in
But
grade
they
8. I
really
loved
like
The
The
Rock.
Rock. Like they like the way because they want to be like The Rock.
Yeah.
So I think that Jason Momoa was similar, and the numbers are coming in for that movie. So I hear you on that. But Kevin, I hijacked it for a second.
Yes. This is important news.
Why did they do horrible movies?
Okay.
2 words. Zack.
Zack
No.
It's all. You can link it all to Zack Snyder.
No,
Those- that-
he's
like-
a talented
that-
director. Have you seen 300? What do you call it? The one even before
Yeah,
that?
10
he
years
has
ago.
talent. No, but he has talent. What happened was,
Or 15 years
What
ago.
happened was WB as a corporation, as a production company, ever since Marvel started, with their amazing platform and universe, DC and WB have been trudging along and coming up short. So then you get a talented guy like Snyder, and you tell him, hey, design the universe for us. At the same time, he was chained
Did
down
he go
because
too dark?
Well, look,
Did he go too dark?
in Man of Steel or like how do you want
Man
to
of
judge
Steel
it?
wasn't a dark movie.
No, but
It was bright.
The only fault with that movie, it was grounded because it was just coming off the coattails of The Dark Knight. So it was a very grounded movie. It couldn't have created this universe.
Well,
Anyway,
Dark Knight was.
long story short, where Marvel is now, where DC is now and where they're going, I don't know. I think
I hear they're going to revisit the Nicolas Cage Superman.
Oh, I hope so.
They got to make that.
Just make it like a
They got to make a silly.
novelty.
They should make a silly Superman one. Like go the opposite direction. Get Tim Burton on the lines. That we want to make that Superman.
No, get Tim Burton and Michael Keaton together again and make that a real Batman 3 that's long overdue.
Well, people are
Well,
saying
we got-
Batman
Wouldn't that
Beyond.
be- no, they can't do it. It's
Or
too
what about
expensive.
Michael Keaton, Nicolas Cage, Tim Burton, and Batman.
Batman's Burgers?
Batman's Burgers. Batman and Superman go to Hawaii.
They open up a super burger joint.
And it's like cowabunga dude.
No.
So they're just like surfing and like it's like they might solve something, but like it's almost like
Where did they fuck up?
yeah.
Uh,
The Batman vs Superman
can
was
answer. Where
pretty
did they
bad,
fuck
right?
up?
producers. For me, it's producers.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Production
right?
company. They didn't give the free reins.
So they Man of Steel, which
Yep.
was okay.
Yeah, that was the trial.
I mean, yeah, it was okay. I mean, the Superman was. We're not going to get into that
No.
tonight. But okay. But then they went down. They kind of went into a convoluted, weird thing for 2 movies.
yeah.
Then Wonder Woman was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that was a whole because Patty Jenkins, that was her.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was pretty good.
Yep.
Aquaman's pretty good.
Yep.
And they've basically scrapped the rest of everything else. And yeah.
They still
what are we
did
getting?
better-
So what are we getting here? We're getting a standalone Joker movie coming
Which is its
out,
own thing.
which is just its
Not
own
even
thing.
attached to anything.
Not
else.
attached to anything.
It's
Not
its own
attached
thing.
to the Joker that we just saw.
Oh, the
We're getting a
Joaquin
different
Phoenix
Joker.
one?
Yeah.
Or-
So yeah, the Joaquin.
But it's
Phoenix
sounding
Joker.
good. I mean, Joaquin, I think it's a great cast. It's sounding good.
Sounds
Todd
good.
Yeah,
Phillips
it could be great. It could
is
be
a
good.
great director,
Well,
but-
I like Road Trip.
Yeah.
Hangover.
Think about
Hangover
it.
Part
the
2.
guy who
Hangover Part 3.
who did Road Trip.
Yeah.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Is now doing a Joker movie.
He also did War Dogs, which is more recent. Remember,
Hey.
remember, people do mature and get better sometimes. The Rock, when he first started Walking Tall,
Guys, who directed the
nothing
who
but hits.
directed-
And he
sorry,
also
guys.
didn't make. He was an actor. He was an
Guys,
actor.
Who directed
Yeah.
The Godfather again?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Do you know he also made the movie Jack? That was his last movie with
yes,
Robin
it's
Williams.
not
So you can be at those heights and go
It's
up
not a
or down.
fast and
It's-
steady
So,
though, right.
anyways, all right. So, but here's what I'm saying. I'm confused, Kevin.
Birds of
You're up
Prey.
on all this exactly.
yeah.
So, but you're keeping some of this world
Yes.
that's been created going, right?
Right.
So you're doing Birds of Prey, Margot Robbie, and the only reason they're doing that is because people liked her in Suicide Squad.
Oh, costume. Listen.
Right. So, they're hoping a lot of teen boys go see a bunch of girls in a movie.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching that.
So you're getting that. Aquaman probably might get part 2.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's
of a
greenlit.
$1 billion movie, they're
greenlit.
probably going to get part 2.
Yep.
Wonder Woman's getting part 2 for sure. And
Yeah, it's
maybe
already
a
in
part
production.
3.
It's- Yep.
So you're continuing with those characters where rumor is that your Superman might be done.
Yeah, and your Batman.
And the rumor is for Superman, and your Batman officially is finished.
Well,
and you could recast that Batman. Fine.
here's the thing, though. So
You
apparently,
got a Flash movie that's never being made. You got nothing.
Right.
So, but then you've got a new standalone Batman movie that this guy wants to make.
Yeah.
And recast younger. So now you can't actually your whole. That guy can never be part of your cinematic universe.
Well, hold on.
So they've given up.
Well, hold on.
Did they give up?
No, because here's the thing.
Are they the beta max?
Or how about if I blow your mind here right now?
So Marvel's VHS.
This whole Batman ordeal.
But no, there's still better quality because remember, Beta was better quality. It's just more expensive to produce. So I think
you're right. Bad example because right now Marvel is better in everything.
they're just better. You couldn't even.
And it's
compare.
sad. That's sad for me to say because I'm a DC guy. First.
What if I
Can
told
I
you?
say this? I think Marvel. I'm gonna make a weirder analogy. Marvel is Laserdisc, and DC is Beta. If you're going all over the place with formats, I think that's.
What if I throw this at you?
They're not obsolete. But I'm saying that's a pretty good format, though.
What if
Laserdisc.
what if Ben Affleck is not actually done? Hear
is
me
finished.
out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
He said he's finished.
For now.
Okay, here we go.
And this Batman Matt Reeves movie because they said it's a detective based
fails.
film. No, it does well with a different casted Batman, and at the same time in this other movie, this Todd Phillips Joker movie does well. All of a sudden, Joaquin's Joker, Matt Reeves' Batman. You have a future Batman franchise that way, but if you want to continue your other one,
It doesn't work like that because they're saying that. No, I guess it could. It could.
dude, look what they're doing with their TV shows.
But that's totally a different. TV and movies don't talk to each other.
You know, there's another Superman right now, right?
Yeah, I know.
Tyler
Tyler
Hodgkin
Hoechlin, and
or
he's
whatever.
great. And I want to see him in a show.
Yeah.
He's like your legit Superman, which is pretty. Like this is where they don't get it. They don't get it. You got a legit Superman. This is where DC is kicking ass
Have you seen Titans?
in the Titans was pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, I did.
That's a good Robin.
I mean, it's a Batman show. They're using Robin as Batman, but I mean, it's gritty.
Yeah.
He's messed up. He's got some problems.
Do you guys ever see Year One?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
animated one, yeah.
That would make a good movie. I feel like most people haven't seen that as animated, but it would be like as a production because it's like everyone knows the typical Batman story, but that one's more in depth to how he started. Because most the Batman Begins was like this is how he begins, but like it was I would say
I know.
like I like the more that's even more realistic and more gritty and more I don't know more noir or whatever you call it, but
You're right.
that would almost be a good way to reboot it again. But I don't think
That's what this guy's saying.
I hope
about
we
the
don't
new-
have to see that again though, like so soon.
This is
right?
the thing. We got to keep rebooting
It's like
it.
Spider-Man. You don't need to see
But I
Uncle
think
Ben
that's an
getting shot
interesting.
again.
It's an interesting story to see. I think the way that at least that like as if an animated movie could pull it off that well, you think maybe that like that would be a good starting spot because it's based off a comic, really.
No, I know.
So it's like-
I have that comic.
Yeah, because I thought the Batman vs Superman was going to be like that cartoon.
No, it was supposed to be Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, the Batman vs Superman. I was like,
It was supposed to be
yeah,
DC never...
because like in the second
that's
part
a whole
of
thing.
yeah, the second part of
If they
that.
did
like,
it, if they wanted to do that right, they should have just ripped it right out of the comics.
Same with Suicide Squad.
But they would have needed to have who was in that? Green Lantern?
Arrow?
Or the Flash,
Wasn't there like Green Arrow?
You're right. It was Green Arrow. So
Yeah.
you would need Green Arrow. Like it's they don't. And then what? Batman, Superman. It was and then it was they brought in Death of Superman with Doomsday. Like
Yeah.
they smashed it all together, thinking this is a great idea, and it's not. You idiots.
Yeah.
Like it's it's literally like he sat around and read all the comics in like fucking a week
then put it
with
in
another dude that had never read these comics before, and we're like, these are fucking great. We should fucking do this and this and this.
Yeah,
And then they put it all in one movie, and it was a horseshit movie.
yeah. That's what I mean. Like I was saying, like if you wanted to simplify it, you just stick to one source material at a time, which makes sense, right?
So here's the thing: we don't need any more reboots. What do you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
No explanations, no nothing. Shut it all down.
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to because Aquaman made $1 billion and Wonder Woman made $750 million. So they're going to want to make more of those. You could still do that. But for Batman, take it right back. Arkham Knight.
Like the video
Or
game?
Arkham's. Go to the Arkhams.
I was going to say a good thing.
Go to the Arkhams. That gives you, you can make a fucking nice movie out of that. You got a couple movies you can do, right? You don't do it all at once. You can do Arkham Knight, Arkham City. You can do a lot. You can show the Joker stuff.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of
it's gritty
Batman
and it's
on
big
film
and
has so much potential, especially after Nolan.
not like the game. You don't make it like the game, but
yeah.
you take the
Can
story.
I say
parts.
can I say something real quick?
Yep.
What's one of the biggest IPs that's come out in the last 5 years?
Avengers?
I mean, even not. That's not like a team up. I'm gonna say it. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy, but no one knew what that was for the
That's
most
a
part.
team up.
Well, they're
it's
they're
their
already a
own
team.
thing.
They're like their own thing, but most people didn't know
DC
what
tried to do that with Suicide Squad, and now they've got
Well, that's a
the
bit different.
Guardians guy doing the next Suicide Squad.
I'm just saying
And
it's
he's
like
recasting.
it's like that was an IP that most people weren't familiar with, and it worked really well as movies.
I remember when they announced it, and we were all like, "A fucking raccoon."
Yeah, no,
And a
I
tree?
had
Like,
I
this
had
is
seen
gonna
them in like
suck.
there's this Avengers
And we were
cartoon
really
where they
like,
pop
oh my
up
God.
in,
And
but
it was great. It was great.
I knew it was going to be good because I remember seeing them in
Nobody
like
thought it was going to be good.
no, I did because I saw it
Wow.
in the Avengers cartoon. There's like episodes where they join in. They're like,
That's a cartoon. This was
Well, I was like,
live-action
but I
movie.
knew
Everybody's
I knew what to expect. I was like, oh,
We
these
didn't
are
know where they were like, are they
was like,
going to
these are
do the
good-
raccoon CGI? Or are they going to train a raccoon?
I don't know.
Is
It
it
was-
going to be a raccoon?
You know, it was
they
motion
gonna just keep
capture.
moving
They
a
motion
tree around?
captured what's his name, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
And it's his real voice. People didn't know that was his real voice at first. That was like,
Vin
but
Diesel.
I'm just
They
saying,
make a big deal
all,
about Vin
all I'm
Diesel
saying,
being Groot.
all my point really is,
It could
is
be
that, like,
anybody. I don't care if it's Vin Diesel.
all my point is, if I could get in here with what I was trying to get to, is that the idea here is that's a new IP that's great.
Yeah.
There's millions, not millions, but there's thousands of comics that are probably just as interesting or cool like that have come out like after 80 years of fucking Superman and Batman trying to like push that out every once in a while. And I think it wouldn't hurt if we just gave something else a new chance. And stop every 5 years, new Superman, new Batman, new Spider-Man.
But what anchors?
There's plenty-
Guardians. What anchors Guardians?
Being in the Marvel galaxy,
no,
I guess.
yeah, that's a big part.
I guess
of it.
the fact that
And
it
it's
was
connected to everything else.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying that like even
But,
without
no,
that, it didn't
within
matter.
that-
I'm just saying they should take chances on different IPs. That's all I'm
Star-Lord,
saying.
though. Star-Lord's a cool character.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's more stuff like that. Like
he's
he's
a human.
Even the last Wolverine, which was like I feel like I'm glad was made off of like a different comic. It's made off of Old Man Logan.
Yeah,
The idea, that sort of stuff. I'm like, they should do more of that. Like
It took 10
But
years
you're-
to
yeah,
get
but you're
like
looking
Deadpool
at
and stuff,
that was
like-
the closing of a 15-year journey for him. You know,
But like they stole from
So-
like a really weird comic. Is all I'm saying.
but they did 4 or 5 movies.
If you
where
read
they-
if you read that comic, it's fucking really weird, like Old Man Logan. So I'm just saying it's interesting.
No, it
that's
was
what
cool that they did
that's what they
that.
pulled from because it's like the other stuff. Like it was a good way to close, I guess. But I'm just saying they should take more chances on those different ideas and different like
well,
characters.
I think they did with Superman and Batman, and it failed miserably.
but I'm saying that there's still Superman and Batman. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Is that they don't need to be
Because the money
that's
is
what I'm trying to
in
get.
that.
As much as you'd like to see these
Like
obscure
Blue Beetle
other
ain't
things
gonna
get
bring
around-
the money.
No,
Even if it's a great movie, people are gonna be like,
no. At the end of the day, studios will not take the risk. They would rather make a Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix because they know people are going to come for Joaquin and people are going to come because it's the Joker. Whether
you know
whatever,
what, you can,
it's going to make money.
And I agree.
It's
You
money.
want to know? I would love to see a psychological thriller
Yeah.
with Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because he murders people.
Yeah.
Like he is a cold-blood killer.
Yeah.
Like, and he will take people out. Not the assassin side, just his weird, like, I'm going to kill people.
yeah,
That's who this guy is. Like, if you made a movie like that and Batman had to track him down as like the detective Batman, that would be
Detective,
actually
yeah.
pretty cool. They'll never do it because it would be too slow.
Wasn't there
And
a
nobody
Batman where
knows who
he
is.
catches Jack the Ripper or something like that?
Batman's caught everybody.
It's just like
Batman's
it's like a
done
steampunk Batman where he catches Jack the Ripper. I think that was a comic.
They've done all of it.
But
No, actually, you know what I've heard is really like I was playing with Spider-Man. I like the new Spider-Man, but I've heard the the newer one, the animated one, is really good.
Yeah,
and it kind of reminds me of like the cartoon when they had like the.
It is
like
a cartoon.
No, from the original '90s one where they had the like the Spider-Verse. You saw the different versions of Peter Parker, and it got really weird.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost it. I was like, this is too weird at that point. It was like the end of that kind of series. I felt, but this seems like they actually did that right. The newest movie.
Well, I think the series was like, they and I know because I watched it. I think they were looking for stuff, right? And they tried something, and
It went out kind of far, and then it was like it
jumped the shark.
Yeah. So it was just like, how do we go back to regular Spider-Man from here?
It's hard, but the movie came in, and it was already like, this is what we're doing. Spider-Verse, like,
oh yeah, people. I think it set it up. People knew there's gonna be different versions of Spider-Man, helping each other to a goal or whatever, right?
Yeah, the multiverse is converging, so it was pretty cool that that's happening. But Kevin, I give you the reins.
Yes,
I give you today. I give you. Okay, you both. You two are in charge of the DC property. What is your first move?
Well, okay. Before I do that, like I do want to clarify one thing though, because like Marvel, DC does when it comes to these movies right now.
I said DC.
But what I'm saying, when it comes to these movies right now, as much as fans will shout and cry, and as much as like our ideas, like dude, we have come up with ideas where like if they just simply did it, it would be amazing. But they're not going to do it because it comes down to this: what's going to make them more money? What's going to make them more money? More Batman movies, or taking chances on these little side titles.
You can, like Kirk said, though, you can take a risk.
But like, it's a studio.
Okay, but even Marvel with their biggest properties that they had under their belt.
Yes.
Iron Man was not.
No.
He was like a secondary peripheral character. Like he wasn't the big guy.
Yeah.
Back then, like Daredevil was way bigger.
Oh yeah. There were a lot of guys bigger than him.
There was a lot of guys bigger, and he really they said no. You know what? He's got a cool shtick.
Yeah,
the gimmick can work.
Yeah,
and they put it out, and that movie kicked ass. And that was in 2007 or whatever.
Yeah, it's been a decade, and they piggybacked.
It's 12 years ago, but he's still awesome.
It came out the same year as The Dark Knight, I think, 2007 or 8, right?
No, Dark Knight was.
I think it's
8.
2008, because 2018,
so
they were
10
decades.
Yeah, 10 years then. Wow.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
was
that was different because what happened was they didn't expect that movie. That movie came out in the studio at that time. It was still, I think Marvel was still working with somebody else. I forgot who it was, but Marvel wasn't the big conglomerate they are now. They made that movie, found something.
Well, I don't think they
special.
were bought by Disney yet.
No, they weren't bought by Disney.
I think they made it on their own.
And then I think they did 2 or 3, built up that fucking momentum. The rest is history.
No, they did Iron Man, and then they went, okay, we need to do Captain America and Thor.
Yep.
And they did those.
And then
Thor was teases like the second, like at the end of Iron Man, wasn't it? Wasn't they found something in the desert and it was the hammer?
That might have been.
That was the first. That was the first Iron Man. Yeah.
So Thor was coming.
So but they already had like the idea of like, oh, here's Samuel Jackson as what's his name?
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. Yeah.
Oh wait, I thought it was Fury coming in saying we're putting together a team, or did they do both in the first? Anyway, I can't remember.
I think Fury was kind of in there to like kind of foreshadow stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
And then
but
the ending
we're
has
talking
something.
10 years later, and this shit is still working.
But they said they did that with like. This is like they put all the stuff in there with like this might happen. They weren't like for sure we're gonna make all this stuff, but it was like if our plan comes.
No, there's things that they've done where they've had to retcon it and be like, oh shit, we shouldn't have done that because now we're gonna actually use that.
Yeah,
like when they put the gauntlet in Odin's treasure room.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah. And then they're like, shit. You know what I mean?
But then they kind of fixed it with Ragnarok.
Oh shit.
But anyways, so I just want to mention one little property, X-Men. There was some news. Apparently, the new movie with the Phoenix not getting good reviews, which could be a good thing. And hear me out. The reason why
has any of them?
Well, some of the X-Men properties have been good.
No.
You know, First Class.
First Class was okay.
Logan,
unrelated to the
but X-Men universe.
First Class was decent.
Yeah.
Apocalypse, Horseshit. Days of Futures Past. Good movie.
X2 was good. X2.
You're mixing
I know.
and matching.
I know.
But like
Cruise.
technically,
But that was
the original
Futures
one is
Past
connected
was-
to
yeah.
the newest one, right? Because there are those two connected the universes. Right?
Long story short,
I guess I would
but-
agree. X2 is very good.
long story
X2 is
short,
good, yeah.
Long story short, this new one is maybe going to be good, maybe not. Whatever. I think if it
I think
fails,
people want it to fail.
the reason why I think it needs to fail
See, I think people want it to fail.
because Marvel just acquired them or acquired
Just end it
the X-Men.
and get it over.
Bring the X-Men over to the Marvel universe. Because after the new Avengers, they're going to look for the next thing. Fantastic Four is coming in.
Would you have liked to have seen Deadpool?
Yes.
And you've probably seen
Yeah.
with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Where he's talked about what he wanted to do for his post-credit stuff.
Yeah.
Where he wanted to get Chris Evans
Yeah.
to reprise his role as the Human Torch
Yeah.
from the original Fantastic
Yeah.
Four movies.
Yeah.
Like how weird that would have been kind of, but like those movies sucked.
Yeah.
But that would have been cool now because he's Cap,
Yeah. But I think Deadpool character could come into
It would have been a
universe.
wink.
But no, what I'm
What
saying,
about then Ryan Reynolds? Then like he sees like Green Lantern or something.
Yeah,
like
and he kills himself or
like,
something.
yeah, like
did
Green
that, yeah,
Lantern.
yeah, yeah.
Like he just like you don't really see Green Lantern. You can just like see like some green shit. You're like, and he just like kills that guy, and then like they're like I don't know,
Yeah.
they face off against each other's like lost character.
Yeah.
Or what about his other Deadpool attempt? He's made fun of that.
They made fun of that.
He's made fun of that, but it'd be funny they just like he somehow interacted with him as like a sewn up face or a guy.
They
or something.
did.
they did in the pre-credits.
In the
the
pre-credits of the
post-credits.
newest one?
Second
Or?
one, Deadpool 2.
I haven't
Deadpool
seen that
2.
yet, guys.
Yeah.
Stop.
He shoots himself.
I should
Looking at the Green Lantern script.
Yeah.
I should
Or whatever.
I should start seeing more movies. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I haven't watched it. Was Infinity War? Was the newest Avengers?
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No, I just rented it for 99
It's on
cents
Netflix now.
on Google. I rented it 'cause I had Google Play credit, so I'm gonna watch that sometime this month.
Yeah, that's
All right.
I'm
So
getting.
Kirk's not
I
up
have
to
30 days to. I have to force myself to watch it. Soon.
So when it comes, so I'm gonna just to put the cap on it. When it comes to the Marvel universe, what they're doing is listen. They got a well-oiled machine. Don't even have to worry about them. They're always going to pump up great stuff. People are worrying about their TV because I just finished.
They should worry
Punisher,
about their
and
TV.
they're, no. They're going over to the new Disney channel that's being set up or whatever. So
I would say that you're talking about X-Men. I think they kind of like the newer ones seem like darker or whatever and like not very fun. I remember like the cartoon from like and then reading some of the comics in the 90s, there was a sense of like fun and like color and like even though there was like the sense of like we're fighting and everything like that, there was always kind of like jokes and like lightheartedness.
well, it was a
like
kids cartoon show,
but I mean, like, even if you read the comics, I'm saying there was a certain tone to it that was kind of like
Yeah.
it wasn't.
And
It
I
was
think you
wasn't
can
always
have
taking
that.
itself 100% seriously. Whereas that's all the Bryan Singer ones ever have done. It's just been like we're wearing these fucking like black suits with the X on it, and that's it.
Well, the Bryan Singer ones had like one-liners here and there.
it was 2000. It was 20 years ago now.
But it was
20 years ago
well,
But he still directed the newer ones, didn't he?
One of
No.
them, I think
He
one
did
of
First
them.
Class, didn't he? Or
No, that was somebody else.
no, he came back for
The Days of Future Past or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I just mean in general. I think certain people would like the tone to be different because I mean, like, I think people see the Avengers movies more like that, like more like we got like our moments of like kick butt and like taking things seriously. But other times when they're kicking back, just having fun.
I agree
People
with
like seeing that moment in those
moments
movies.
of levity and lightness.
When someone's trying to pick up the hammer and then like the guy picks up the hammer, I don't know, stuff like that. You know, just like
Well, that actually was in the movie, right?
that's what I mean. Like in like the Avengers, right?
But that was in the comic too, where
Again, Marvel has their machine.
or Vision can pick up the hammer.
It's well oiled. Don't worry.
Ron Cap moved it.
What do you call it? X-Men and Fantastic Four coming over. They're going to be great. It's going to be good.
They should just make like all the team ups.
Needless to say, now it's turned into a Marvel
Now,
talk. But
I want to answer
we
the
were
D-
just saying the DC
the
thing,
DC
and then we'll
the
end
DC
it.
pandemic, the DC issue
It's
because
not a pandemic.
because here's the thing. I'm just like you, Murray. I am more of a DC guy. I grew up with the classics: Superman, Batman.
Do you believe that it's Superman is actually, because it's funny because people like to trash Superman, right?
Yep.
People like to be like, "Who are you, Superman fan? He's lame.
People like to trash-
overpowered. Where's his underwear on the outside?"
People say
Like,
the
you know
same
what I
thing
mean?
about Tom Brady. People say the same
I'm
thing
just
about Michael
saying.
Jordan.
He
I'm
wears
just
his
saying.
underwear on the outside. That sounds about right.
Just saying.
Goats. People are afraid of the goats.
No, yeah, I know. But
Okay.
so all I'm saying though is that
Are you guys watching the Super Bowl this weekend?
Superman was,
I might. I might watch it.
being what he was, very
Who's playing in the Super
successful.
Bowl? Is Tom Brady in the Super Bowl again this year? I'm actually questioning this right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is, and some other guys. So we're gonna have bet on Tom Brady, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm gonna bet on Tom Brady.
Okay, do that. That's good.
Not the Patriots. I'm gonna bet all the money that Tom Brady wins everything.
Safe money.
Cool.
But anyways, the DC Murray.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Kirk's trying to derail us.
Yeah, well, we're gonna end the DC. But I want to get your final because I have the DC final
Why
solution.
change?
So-
Like it's failed, right? Your revamp of Superman, and apparently other properties that have tried this with their superheroes seem to have failed, right? With like this, I'm gonna revamp a superhero into that used to be like upstanding, and this is who you should look up to, into a negative kind of person, or just a blah, like there's no heartbeat there. It failed. So shouldn't you go back to that? Shouldn't you go back to that fun, guy?
No, because okay.
Because people want dark.
Let me give you a brief history.
Because Batman, right?
No, it's not even that. Look, so let's just stick with Superman as the character. When Christopher Reeve's Superman came out,
What about
We've done it.
What about a Superman where he loses his powers, kind of like in Spider-Man
that's
2?
they did it.
That's
They did something like that already?
But
Or
Chris-
like I don't know, or like they should make him
Are you movie pitching?
moving pictures. You like pictures? I mean, put you in the pictures, kids. Or what about like I think there's something instead of making him like making I don't know. I think it's more like there was the recent ones were more or less like making his character more like different, like not like
No, see, then it's not him. You're depowering him.
So why don't we
This
make
is my
it?
thing that I have a problem with is people say let's take him and change him.
Yeah,
don't
no, I think
fucking change him.
Well, like,
just put
there's-
him up there the way he's meant to be, and it'll work.
We'll just give him like different surroundings or settings or objectives or whatever. Like there's probably stuff from the comics, right? There's something you could.
No, there was. It's called Doomsday, and they've torched it.
Yeah, well, I think you don't have to fundamentally.
They saw it already.
Fundamentally, you don't have to change the character. You just have to find a new, like, a good story.
Dark Side. That's the story.
Or there's like
That's the story.
Remember the Kevin Smith thing where he talked about having to try to write that movie with the Nicolas Cage one, and his thing was something to do
giant
with,
spider. Yeah.
well, it was something to do with. He mentioned that like the thing with the sun. Because Superman's powers come from the sun. Imagine if it's like that's part of the bad guy's plot. Is to
Like Mr. Burns?
Mr. Burns, yeah, Mr. Burns is the bad guy.
Burns?
Like I'm imagining Superman having like not like losing his power completely, but what if he's like nerfed a bit? And then
Listen, you're talking about within the movie, how do you cripple the hero? And that's fine. I'm talking about idiots, producers that are going in, sitting around a table like this going, well, okay, so we got Superman, right? And so the kiddies, they don't like this hero anymore. He's too good. You see?
we'll make him bad.
We need to make him a little more humanized.
What if we
need to
give
make
him a
little more,
Nintendo Power Glove?
He's always saying
bad.
funny things to people, and he's always, he's giving safety tips, and people laugh at it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to X that. We need to have him just be kind of an asshole. He can still be powerful, but he needs to be more of a prick.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's what you get in the movie sucks.
So here, let me give you a brief history. I'll do Batman, but start off with Superman. Superman, the 1971 or 4.
I've seen it.
Christopher Reeve one. He was the iconic Superman at that time. That's how Superman was. People loved him. Success, all that.
if you look at those movies for the time period, sure,
Yeah.
those movies aren't good. They're good for what they were able to accomplish in 1977 or whatever, 79 or whatever, whenever it was made. He was good.
Yeah.
He was a good
Yes.
Superman.
Yes.
The movies,
Sure.
lackluster.
Age, sure.
Age, whatever.
But what I'm saying is when they tried to revamp
You're
it
right.
again.
It would have been like a big movie.
When they tried to revamp it again with Brandon Routh as
They
Superman,
failed.
because they tried to copy what was good in 1970s.
It's not a bad movie.
No, it's not.
But they failed because they tried to redo
So-
what it.
what they tried to do was that didn't work. Producer said, if that doesn't work,
no, but you
switch it over to the dark side.
You want to know what the number one complaint is from people that I know, which
Same thing with
aren't movie
Batman.
critics, and I enjoy that movie, but I'm a Superman guy. But even though I enjoy it, the number one problem, everybody that I know has seen it, there's no villain. There's no fight. He doesn't fight anybody. There's no super fight. There's no him in there using his. There's nothing.
Yeah.
What? That's a problem.
So that's why they gave you Man of Steel.
Yep.
And
you're right.
That's why they gave you Man of Steel.
And they did. They sure did. They went. Well, we gave
Again,
the
it's the
audience the
producers,
Superman that they wanted.
Yes.
But we didn't let him fight anybody or do anything other than be a stalker.
Yeah.
Then it failed.
Yeah.
And it was a boring movie.
and
For the most part, it was slow. It was boring. It was a contemporary piece.
And then they served you Man of Steel.
And then they served you
Just
Overload.
fighting. And just, destroying cities.
Yeah, city destruction.
Yeah. And people said it's too much.
And they went, okay.
Yeah.
And then they gave you a horrible next movie.
But what I'm saying is DC has had this struggle. Because remember Batman, when Michael Keaton
closer
came out.
with the Brandon Routh movie.
Yeah.
They were closer.
They're finding that zone.
But no, there is no zone now.
Cavill in the new Justice League.
He's great.
His Superman, when he
looks like
came
Superman.
back.
I was gonna say
that was it.
I really like Smallville. Tom Welling, pretty cool.
He's an asshole.
He's an I never know.
He gave 10 years to the role. So
He didn't care about that shit. He didn't want to be Superman. He wants to be Clark Kent.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be Superman.
I mean, he wasn't really Superman at all in that show, was he?
No.
Was he? Was the end? Did he end up being Superman in the end?
For 12 minutes. And
I was saying he's probably. You got to think about
shirt.
it. If you think about it, he's anybody recently. He's had the most success playing Superman, probably, right?
Playing Clark Kent.
Because Clark Kent's Superman.
Well, yeah, but the DC shows are doing really well. Okay, so you were saying, the Superman, Man of Steel, you said he comes back, Justice League spoilers.
Yeah.
So he comes back all crazy, which was a good part that they should have played up.
They should have done more.
It should have been a way bigger battle. It should have been way better. And then he leaves for a little bit, and then he comes back, and he's all like, hey, I'm a totally different guy. What happened? So he wasn't happy?
That was a butchered script and movie. But
I think his mustache got in the way.
then there's that.
There's that.
Oh my
But-
God. It's like fucking we made the movie.
Pretty
It's
much.
like we made the movie. It's like,
Yeah.
I just
think
erase it.
But-
just erase it.
how he acted and when he was Superman in
It
that
should have just been
movie-
called Justice League Waiting for Superman.
Here's the thing. Okay, just a final answer. Do you think Cavill deserves to have Superman 2 to make another Superman?
Yes.
I think so too.
I like him as a guy, but
You know what? The
revamp. Like it needs to be revamped into give him the fucking lines that he's supposed to get. Like I want to see iconic moments.
I liked him in that
didn't get
Mission
any of
Impossible
these.
movie when you actually got to see that mustache. He was pretty good in that
Yeah,
mustache movie.
Yeah.
If I would have known that was the movie, I was like, "Fuck! Why didn't he just?
Mission Impossible
Why didn't he just?
6,
Why didn't he just
the
shave?
mustache movie.
Why didn't he just shave that mustache? I thought it was some sort of artsy movie. I found out then we went
contract.
to go when we went to go see that movie in the summer. I was like, "Fuck yeah! I'm glad he kept that mustache
You know
for
what,
this.
too?
Like this is a bigger deal for him right now that he's in
You
the
know
Tom
what?
Cruise movie.
It is, but what could you do more efficiently? Give him a fake mustache, or digitally erase a mustache.
That was a big
I just I think
I think you could have digitally given him a mustache and made it
no.
more convincing because you could fuck up a little bit.
You know what? If Superman was a
can I
Marvel
say
character,
something?
They'd pay the shit out of Tom Cruise.
No, they offered. They
No.
tried.
The thing is,
They'd
they said
offer-
that giving someone a fake mustache in movies, even with all the technology they have, is really hard. Like it's really.
That's what they said. It still looks fake.
It's
And then,
still. I mean, I don't.
well,
only if you're
look
looking.
what you
If you're
did to the other guy's movie.
if you're looking for it, maybe I guess you can tell easily. But then, the other thing that no one's mentioned is why couldn't he just shave it for the Mission Impossible unless they were already filming?
No, he had a contract that his reshoots were going to happen, and he had to maintain the look.
Okay, so he had it was already he started filming
had to
that.
have that mustache.
So that mustache was for the one
And
thing.
they talked it was Justice League was we are going to do some shoots, reshoots. I think they were.
Yeah.
And Mission Impossible was back filming, and it was and he was doing both.
Yeah.
But they were like, he was supposed to be all ours, so his mustache stays.
Yeah.
And then they were trying to work it out, and even the Mission Impossible producers or whoever actually went to their people, like their studio, and said, we could shut down for 12 weeks or whatever. Let him go do that, regrow the mustache, come back, and we'll do our movie. Let them do theirs with him, and we'll all be happy. And they said, no, fuck him. If they want him, he's still got to have that fucking mustache.
Mustache gate.
And you know what? It's ridiculous. But if you're Justice League,
Yes.
this is happening. Your director has quit, right? Mid movie, he's out.
I think they fired him, didn't they?
No,
He quit. Yeah,
They brought in what's his name?
His daughter,
Avengers guy, right?
suicide.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, so they bring in Joss Whedon, who couldn't refilm the whole movie, so he tried to do some stuff.
And the movie shows two different directors.
And it does.
You just in the lighting, you see it. You're like, oh, that's a
And then
Snyder
you
scene.
lightened it up, yeah. So
That's a Whedon scene.
yeah, and then you know which ones were Superman
Yeah.
scenes because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got a fucking fake. He's got
Yeah.
this weird face.
Yeah.
So you do this. Now, if I'm in charge of this,
Yes.
do you not just say, you know what? Fuck it. Let him finish this goddamn Mission Impossible movie. We're gonna have to bump. We're having major problems with this production. We need to bump the date.
I wonder.
We need to bump the date
Can I have a?
because we can't do this with his face or the test footage from the first moment. I would have been.
Do you know what I think would be interesting? Would be like if the reshoots for Superman were the ones where he's acting kind of weird. They just let him just have a mustache. They're like, there's something wrong with this guy. And they're like, he's got this mustache. They're like, you're acting weird, Superman. I don't know what it's about you right now. Or you're acting like a dick.
Just leave it in.
They could have just
you
gone
said it.
with the black suit, full beard, fucking Superman. The black suit, the
No, don't. Okay,
You
hey,
know?
don't get me involved. With yes,
yeah. See.
and the suit's there. They even showed it in the when he and it's there and
in
he
that
turns-
deleted scene.
It
Yeah.
rotates away and he
Yeah,
doesn't
so
go for the black suit.
here's
It's
the
like-
thing.
and he even teased it.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
like,
this was a
why
thing.
Wouldn't you give him the black suit?
Right. So here's my thing.
Does Superman grow facial hair though? Just the beard thing? I'm just curious. So like, my next question would be: is there been any canonical reasons of like how Superman shaves? Like he
Yeah,
shaved,
he gets-
Heat
he shaved with his own heat vision in the mirror.
Yeah, that's what he does.
I'd love to see that.
no, what was it? He uses-
That's why they should make movies like that.
There's
Just
been a
fun
couple-
stuff we
No,
want to
they
see.
said that apparently he uses a part of the spaceship that he is in, and
Yeah, that's
took
the
a
other
piece and
thing. Is that
welded
there's-
it
yeah, it's a
into-
piece that he's.
then
So
he's
this is
just-
actually canon
yeah,
how
he
he
made a
how he
razor.
shaves.
there's a lot of shit.
And there's
like that.
crystals involved and such, and like
It's a blade from
listen.
Krypton, something from Krypton that he uses.
DC has really great properties. They've had great talent, whether it's the direct. I mean, Nolan, and even currently, if you see the new Aquaman, they have the talent, they have the money, but they have a horrible production. Like whoever's planning their
all
whole
right.
thing. So if it was me, if I was the king of DC and I had power over all properties,
I'd nuke it.
I would still keep the look. You're not going to nuke Aquaman after what it just did.
No, I would leave Aquaman alone and
Yeah.
have standalone movies.
right?
I would maybe bring him in. I would maybe even still use him.
Yeah.
I'd use Wonder Woman.
Yep.
I'd nuke everybody else out.
Flash and Cyborg.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
You don't know what they're capable of yet.
I've seen enough. So I'm sorry, you're part of that. You're done.
Right.
I'm bringing in somebody else, and he gets to do whatever he wants. He gets to create from scratch.
this
The
is-
only stipulations
Who
are
gets
that
to create from scratch?
new guy.
well, they're
Who's
not
your new
the.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I would say they're not the only like Universal tried to reboot the Monster franchise with that other Tom Cruise movie with the Mummy.
Yeah, but
So at least they got this far. I mean, like it's like both those like Warner Brothers and them both saw Marvel going like, wow, that's pretty sweet.
Well, 'cause you have
and then they
movie
realized
bringing
how much
700
planning.
million,
Like
right?
Marvel had all this planning and like lead up to everything. And basically, I mean, like how many movies was there before the Avengers?
a lot.
So like, but like I think like Warner Brothers thought like we can make 3.
Warner Brothers was looking to fuck on the like.
They wanted
They
to like
wanted to fuck on the first date, basically.
yeah, they wanted to be like their first couple of movies to be like a
Avengers. No, not even.
Yeah.
DC whoever the fuck they wanted to bang on the third date. Literally, they're like, it's 3 dates and we bang. This is what we want to do. Marvel was like, we're going to play the long game. We're going to wait it out because we're going to take our time and have them fall in love with us.
And it worked.
And they played the Barry White.
We're gonna leave those rose petals up to the
rose
bed,
petals right to the bed, and people just fucking followed it right in.
Light those candles,
yeah, right in, right. People were just waiting for
and
it.
here's my gauntlet.
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
right. That's what it was. DC was like, they were just like, well, we're gonna cash in, and they just thought all the names in a movie. We're gonna get $1 billion. We're gonna get $1 billion. $1 billion is gonna come in. And they fucking got 553 million, like half. Nobody went and saw that movie.
That's like the Solo movie. They thought like, oh, Han Solo's really popular. We'll make this movie. And
it's not a horrible movie.
But it was like,
but
one
it's
of
not.
those,
It's
one
not
of those
his
ones,
fault.
No, it's one of those movies.
That other guy's
they
fault.
had to make like $1 billion or those $800 billion just to like make them money.
The problem
because how much money they spent on all this shit. How much like and how like all the how much all the production.
They needed 800 million.
Yeah, so it's like this is maybe it's just crazy how movies are being made. Like we're $800 million
Star Wars
dollars
fucked
isn't
up,
enough.
Man.
You know?
They gave it to that moron, and he screwed it up. And then they decided like we're gonna release another Star Wars movie 4 months later. So the audience is reeling. Like fanboys are like, "What have you done?"
Yeah.
I am not happy.
I haven't seen either of them yet. I don't see a lot of movies, guys.
I know.
And,
Just so you know,
and then
I
you
like talking about movies though.
And then you bring out
good
a
too.
young guy as Harrison Ford's character. So like the original fans are like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this isn't my guy. They shit all over my movies.
And
Like
now they shit over your.
you know,
favorite guy.
no, you know what? I'm not going.
I'm
to
kind of
this.
mad.
I'm not
I
going.
didn't
And
get.
people
I wasn't
didn't
in
go.
the casting decisions for
And I
that.
still like Star Wars.
One more
Remember,
quick-
I told you I make a good Han Solo.
Yeah.
I know we're eating up time on this, and this was my fault. One more
No,
quick,
let's
one more
go.
quick thing. Big news for me.
Yes.
And maybe for you guys is that it has been announced. Ghostbusters 3
Oh yeah.
is coming out.
I don't know full details.
There's a teaser trailer shows
Oh.
Ecto 1 in a barn with some flashes like
Okay.
that you don't see, but you know it's a proton
Nice.
pack, and it's like kind of like they go into the barn and
Smart.
it's under a tarp and it moves and you see the original car,
Right.
and it's going to be a direct continuation of the second movie from 1989.
Can I say the tagline for this is #MeGoo, like goo, like slime.
Or
That's,
hashtag who you gonna call?
Oh, I think they used that in 2016 in that failure.
probably, yeah.
So
That's good.
So this is in the news now.
Who is in this one though? Like, is it the original cast you said, or
Well,
some maybe
they're-
like a diff? Like
The
a
idea
reimagining?
that, from what I've heard, nobody knows anything. But if it's a direct continuation, they're obviously going to try to get the 3 remaining guys.
Yeah.
Because one of them died.
Harold Ramis.
So, but if you can only get 2, that's better than none.
Yeah.
So they're going to go back. Like they're going to.
if you can get a hold of Bill Murray, he's got a hotline apparently. But he's not a hotline, but
He
it's basically
doesn't-
like he's got like a
doesn't have
voicemail.
agent.
He's got a voicemail that he like sometimes checks, and people like leave him pitches for movies on it.
Yeah. Bill Murray can do whatever he wants.
So like the only time he ever like says yes to any of them, normally it's the guy who made Rushmore. Who's that guy? And like the dog movie.
I'm pretty sure the guys who made Ghostbusters can get a hold of them.
You know Steve Zissou. What's that guy?
yeah.
Who's that guy?
I know you're talking a little guy with the mole.
No, that's Jason Schwartzman. I mean, like the actual director who directs all those movies.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, he's the only time. He's the only time that he gets called that he says yes to all the time.
In
The
2000,
Garfield one was funny. Do you know about the Garfield one? He thought the Garfield people making that movie were the Coen brothers. It was different Coen brothers or different Coens or something. Because he thought it was Joel and Ethan Coen. He's like, they're doing a Garfield movie. I want to get on this. And then it turned out he said yes to the movie without realizing.
Well, there was that one movie where they had cat. I don't know the movie. If anybody knows, maybe it's not even true. But this is what I read or heard or saw a video of it, where there was a movie and because he gets these scripts and he just leaves them in his office and he maybe never reads them or he does, and if he's interested, he'll call. And he's like. He doesn't have a voicemail and doesn't have a cell phone. It's like they have to call and get him and be like, "Did you read that script?"
It's like it's not even a voicemail. It's almost like he says it's like it's something that it's like not his number. It just goes to like it's almost like calling like a hotline.
So
because he may or may not
so
actually check it. Yeah,
that might be what I. So he said that there was a script or on his desk, and he was just there and whatever, and it was late at night one day, and he was like, he wandered into his office and took a look and started reading the script and was like, this is pretty good. I wouldn't mind doing this maybe. And then he noticed that the filming date was like starting in like 2 days. And he's like, it's probably been sitting on my desk for 6 months. And he's like, I want to do this movie. So he just showed up. Like he just flew to New York or wherever they were filming and showed up. Like just like, okay, so I'm here. We'll sort it all out.
That's
I
Bill
know
Murray.
it's last
You can do
minute. I
that now.
just saw the script. And they had already cast like another guy.
Oh,
and they were like,
that guy was gone.
get the fuck out of here.
Bill Murray's in town.
Bill Murray, yeah.
So yeah, like that's how he rolls. But like he said that for like a legitimate Ghostbusters 3 movie,
Yeah.
in the like all the like forever, that there was a script that he had on his desk for years. And like the other guys were like, well, he has the script, he won't read it. Like he doesn't read it. And then he's on like late night or whatever. And he's like, there's a script. Like, yeah, I haven't read it. And then years passed, and then he read it and he didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, the only way I'll do it is you kill me.
Yeah.
So
Maybe they kill him.
I guarantee they're gonna kill him in the first, like he'll be a dead guy, like a ghost.
Maybe.
He'll be a ghost in the movie. But all I'm saying is that, what do you think about that? The fact that the girls from 2016's Ghostbusters,
Right.
Leslie Jones, who I think is really funny, and I like that movie. That movie's all right.
She's not happy
We've
with
talked about this before.
That's another movie I haven't seen.
She came out swinging and was like, this is bullshit, and like, you know what, we don't count, and like she got pissed and was like talking shit, like slamming it. Now, that's not classy.
No, but it's similar, and I don't want to put it in the same reign. Remember when Conan O'Brien took over from Jay Leno, and then months later Jay Leno comes back?
That's totally different, man.
To her, that's how it feels like.
Okay,
Oh,
what
we're
about-
supposed to be the guys. We're supposed to be the Ghostbusters.
But your movie, it failed. It failed. It lost money. I lost $100 million.
To her, she probably like, oh, you know what? You should have given it. You know, like she'd be like, oh no, you know,
But it's a
could've-
failure.
But to her, it was her baby. She gave it her best, and
It's different under
It
other
doesn't, but
circumstances.
she's an actress.
yeah.
It's not her money.
Yeah.
She got paid probably really well.
But I think she felt like, oh, you know what? It's our time, right?
Your
And-
time failed. And what, like,
But the thing is, it's like we're talking about Star Wars. It's
What
like
about
these
Days
things,
of
Star
Days of
Wars,
Futures
and
Past?
like it's all these sort of like Star Wars and Ghostbusters. Like no matter how much you want to say it's fanboyism, those are what gets people in the seats because those are the fans. You can say like you want to pass it on to a different generation or a different type of way of thinking, but in the end, it's like no matter what, those movies kind of have to be fan service because that's where your built-in audience is.
you keep it in the universe.
Yeah, I mean-
and that's the problem. And it's not her fault. It's that Paul Feige guy or whatever.
They just didn't do it
It's
properly.
his
That's
fault.
all. Like you could have done it in a way that worked, but like
you
it's-
rebooted, and you should have just continued. And if you had continued, you'd probably get another movie because everybody would have been happy because you got all the originals in there.
Yeah.
But so, what do you think, man?
No, great that they're making another. Like the problem with again, you got to remember Hollywood and the movies that are coming out now. It's not about what feels good, what feels right, what works, what makes sense in your mind.
What feels good.
It comes down to what's going to make more money. Remember, at that time, you know, giving females more roles, and that was the thing. But you know what? That wasn't enough to make a movie. The movie successful. It had to be more, right? And I think going back to the original formula of these guys, that car and that story is where you got to go. So I think
Because I saw an interview from 3 months, I think 3 months ago, maybe a little longer, with one of the other actresses from the movie, Melissa McCarthy.
yeah,
That's her name, right?
yeah.
And like they're still thinking it's sexism or what's the word?
gender bias. You mean it's probably sexism? Misogyny.
Yes. This is like, is this a blind vision? Like, is this like?
Of course, but, like,
I mean, I'm going to admit that there's probably
There's a percentage of
people, guys that would be like, I'm not going to go see four women.
Of course.
But that's a low number. I don't know anybody that did that.
No.
Like,
I saw the movie.
I think
and
it was
like,
also like, I remember watching.
There was girls that were like, why would they do that?
Yeah.
And it's like women
I
are
think,
like, no,
I think
it's
it
not
was
that.
how it was crafted too. Like they crafted it a lot like how those like Paul Feig.
And then there was a war on men.
No, it was like I think the way they made it, they could have done better because they showed how like the original one had this like wit to it, which because it was all scripted. Like it was a tight script, and then they had like good actors, comedic actors, like raising that script higher. Whereas when this idea was that we're not going to really write much, we're going to let the actors just go crazy with improv.
Yeah.
And you get these like weird scenes where it's just like all over the top and silly, and it's not grounded.
Well, because they thought they had a bunch of, kind of like the original group where you had some SNL alums.
But those guys, like, it was all like Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd wrote that, and they wrote it to they wrote really good scripts and stuff, and they honed that kind of script, and then he just had the. So it was like you got your base level.
I don't think the script was what failed it.
No, I'm saying that
I don't think the improv is what failed it.
I was watching a thing. It seemed like it because it was all these things. Like there was a good example of like.
Well, that's
remember in the beginning of the movie where the guy is saying you're like a hack basically our university. He's firing Bill Murray, and then in the comparison, the one guy's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like that. He's giving the finger, and it's just like, yeah, this kind of shit. And he's like, if the guy just plays it like fucking straight. It's way funnier. It's like
the original one. The guy was playing it dead straight. It was Bill Murray who was making a joke.
Was goofing off,
but he was he made a joke, but he was still being like, "Oh, come on!" Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like those sort of, or like they say like
the first movie was much more.
Like it's like you got your like these
grounded.
Weird, like all the external parts are grounded.
Also, every single person in Ghostbusters. I know Kevin's like, oh fuck.
No.
So for anybody who hasn't seen it, go watch Ghostbusters. It comes up on our podcast every now and then because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Everybody in the first Ghostbusters is smart. For the most part, you got an asshole who's doing.
Even Rick Moranis is really good at taxes, even when it comes off kind of dumb.
No, he's a nice guy.
He's nice, but
he's just an awkward guy.
He's like, I invite all my clients to my parties. That's why he's tax deductible.
But it doesn't mean he's dumb. He's just a funny guy.
He's kind of weird.
He's a weird, funny guy.
Okay, who brought their dog?
Yeah. So, but the guy Peck shuts down and causes all the problems or whatever. He's just being an asshole because, if we look at the movie, Bill Murray treated him like an asshole. So he's just being, I'm going to be a dick to you then. Doesn't mean he's not a smart guy. Everybody's pretty smart, in the movie. Janine's smart, everybody's smart. Sigourney Weaver's smart. Everybody's a smart person. In the rebooted movie, nobody is smart.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
But even though some of them are physicists.
But none of them are smart. I would say maybe Melissa McCarthy's character. But they're all okay. I'll say they made the girls kind of smart, but everybody else is an idiot, and all the men are dumb, like complete idiots in the whole movie. So it's like you made a movie where there's no smart people at all, really,
because it was lowest common denominator comedy. They tried to go.
So it failed.
Yeah,
She should not talk. She should just be like, oh, okay, what about, a good example? Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
He came in, he got to do 2 movies. Okay, he did get to do 2 movies. However, they were setting up a Sinister Six. Yeah. He was going to get a 3rd movie. It was already kind of planned.
Yep.
Boom. Rights change and whatever. And then all of a sudden, he's out. Tom Holland's in, and we've got a whole new... Now, did he go to the internet and be like, this is fucking bullshit. I should be in that movie. That's my thing now.
No, he handled it.
I just want to say the chemistry me and Jamie Foxx had was electric. It was great.
Look, as far as Leslie Jones and all stuff, you're gonna get there's butthurt. Look,
your shit failed though. Garfield shit didn't really fail. It wasn't as good, but it didn't fail the same way. It didn't lose $100 million, man.
Here's the thing: the
producer of that shit, the head of Sony, she got demoted.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was over there.
Everybody in the movie, but all these people,
Fuck you, Sony.
There's gonna come a time where you're just not gonna be that dog. I don't want to. Again, this is gonna lead us down a different path. But I was a Pierce Brosnan Bond fan, and he did all those GoldenEye and all my favorite
Bond
ones.
changes.
And then he went to Die Another thing, and he was supposed to do one more, but because that movie tanked, he's out, revamped.
Well, it
So on,
wasn't
so on.
necessarily that he was just out. It was that there was some shit going on with MGM and some rights and stuff like that. That it took a long, 4 years for that movie to get gearing, or 3 years. It was a really long time. And then at that point, he was aging out.
Yeah.
So it's but
long story short
he
is,
stepped aside.
Just like Garfield,
So-
just like these girls, it comes down to this. Sometimes the business just has to take you out. You're not bringing in
Your movie failed.
Here's an example.
And they're going back to what everybody liked before you. It's not a hate on you.
No.
It's your movie failed.
It's a business. At the end of the day, your product didn't bring in the business. They're now going to go back to what they know. So for Ghostbusters, they know listen. You attach Bill Murray to it.
Okay, but look,
you're
look
guaranteed
at the
money.
Okay, here we go. So I'll say this. So look at the original, right? All the original people, and Bill Murray didn't really want to do another Ghostbusters at all.
Yeah.
Harold Ramis would have.
I think they had a falling out or something,
They
apparently. Because it was him and after Groundhog Day was the last time they worked together.
They did. Yeah, it was Groundhog Day. Something went on. I think it was because Bill Murray was a maniac.
They also they had to keep filming the same scenes over and over again, and he got upset about it.
I think it's something to do
Something
with
to do with that is and there's this goddamn groundhog. I think, no, that's never mind. Yeah, remember because of Caddyshack?
No.
Because there's a gopher
No,
that he really wanted to kill. And then
Yeah.
this one's I think he had a
Don't drive angry, yeah.
reoccurring problem with rodents or gophers and such, or gophers and.
But you.
I remember. Sorry, this is a weird story. Do you know Chevy Chase, right?
Yeah, we know.
I was watching I got the VHS tape for the 19th year after or 20th whatever anniversary of Caddyshack, and they didn't really interview Bill Murray, but I remember there's a point where Chevy Chase is actually jealous of the fact that every time people bring up the fact that of the movie Caddyshack, the first thing they say is the gopher. I love that gopher. And he's like, who gives a flying fuck about that gopher? And so I think maybe Bill Murray is also jealous of that. It's possible.
Of the gopher?
The gopher. Who knows? It was his nemesis. And then
I don't know.
it takes kind of the main, I'm sorry, I went off on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to reel that.
All I'm going to say about the
just saying
Ghostbuster
that
thing
they might
was,
have.
if you're the original guys and you've been trying to get a third movie made for 10 years,
Yeah.
but you've got one guy who's holding out, so you can't do the movie, and then all of a sudden they make this new movie and it's a reboot and everything. Did any of them did any of them freak out and be like, this is fucking bullshit, this is our franchise, fuck that, it's ours, yeah. No, they all supported it. They all went on talk shows together with the girls. They all did it. They were in the movie and cameo roles.
Good sports, yeah.
They were good sports about it. They tried to help nudge it along to be okay, go.
I just had
And
a good
it
idea.
Didn't go. So, what is she doing? Why would they then turn around and act unclassy when the original people were very classy?
I think it's because
To
they've
try
already
to
taken
help.
lots of shit. Maybe someone brought it up to her or something, and she just maybe made what she thought was funny, a funny thing. But I guess also the thing with Leslie Jones is she left Twitter before because of the last movie. Everyone was saying all this shitty stuff to her. So maybe
But I
she's just
think it was
being.
because-
I bet if someone just replied to her something and then mentioned this, then she just went off because she's probably already had enough fucking shit to deal with from that movie, original one. So now this is being brought up more salt in the wound to them. But who knows, right? But can I bring up a plot point I'd like in the new movie?
Yeah,
though?
pitch me a movie. I'm a studio.
So I think either the way they capture ghosts partially in the new one, or the ghosts come out of things. I think the ghost.
New one. Oh, the 2016 movie.
There has to
It
be
made no sense.
No, the newest one.
No,
the new one. The
He's
new
pitched
one.
me the idea for the new
okay.
The new Ghostbusters
Bill Murray.
3, there has to be some sort of plot point with ghosts coming in or being trapped inside of Dan Aykroyd's crystal skull vodka. It has to be a really good product placement. He's like, well, it's the perfect size to fit a size 2 Spectre or something.
He just keeps drinking.
He's just
the whole movie.
he's
It's
just drinking.
What do you think? I don't know.
It's like
Jesus Christ.
it's like they
I don't know.
It's like they lose their
They're
technology.
in the car.
They lose their technology,
holding
but the skulls, they like, open it and like he drinks the bottle and then they catch it.
He's normally the driver. Him and Winston are always driving.
Well, so you take the wheel. I gotta drink this bottle of Crystal Skull vodka.
Yeah.
And then it's He's like, these crystal skulls all over the world.
I just find that, like, I saw the shit about it and I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, I was pumped to see this teaser trailer.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
If anybody's interested, check it out.
Some people said that Ghostbusters 3 apparently though, like the closest thing before was the actual video game from like 2006 or 7 or something like that.
Don't you play like one of the
There was,
kids
like-
or something like
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, there was like and all the original cast was
It
in the
linked
voice.
back. It was.
Yeah, they all
It
did.
was
They all
like
did the
third movie. It's
They
like
all did the
third-
voices, and it was like a new story, and it was
Yep.
like they said this is the closest people are going to get.
It takes place like a few years after the. It's like early mid '90s, and there's still Ghostbusters and like the car, but they fight. It links to the first movie heavy. It's like the bad guys.
Zool?
No, the
Gozer?
guy who built the building.
Oh, Rotmeyer.
Like whoever it was in the first movie where they're like, this guy worshipped whatever and he built this building and it's wacko.
Oh yeah.
He's the bad guy in the game.
I don't remember that guy's name.
And it's like like Evo Shandor or something.
Shandor.
But it was pretty cool. And it's like, okay, so you did get that,
Yeah.
but it's still not a movie. No.
I've been
Third
meaning to
one's
pick
coming
up that game for Nintendo Wii for
10
some
years?
time. 10 years. I haven't had a chance.
It's only been 10 years, man.
I could pick it up anytime. I guess I could get
only
it for
been 10 years.
maybe I could get it for PC.
You know what? That's a game. That'd be cool if they could remaster or redo that.
Well, I think the someone told me the Wii one's cool because you get to use the Wii remote as like the thing. You can
I don't got time for that.
do like the ghost thing.
Don't got the energy for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think when it comes to all these,
You know, busting ghosts makes you feel good though, right?
Jesus Christ.
No, I think the
Busted
song
makes
is
you
Busted makes you feel good.
Oh, isn't it busted makes you feel good? I thought
Yeah.
ghost busted makes you feel
No,
good. Then
busted
busting
makes
could
you
be
feel
like
good.
someone else. Then I don't know.
No, but
Yikes.
when it comes to these movies,
so-
it's money.
So I got something for you.
Yeah, hit me.
What are we at here? Okay, so
let's go.
we've kind of just gone all over the place here. So I mean,
Lead us
we will
home.
eventually
Lead us
get to
one.
because this is February now.
Yeah.
Today is February 1st.
Yep.
We don't really say
what-
dates very much,
It's one of the coldest ones.
but the
Or technically February 2nd, 12
all right.
minutes in,
Oh,
12
so
minutes
it's
in.
late.
Right,
So it's
Groundhog Day. Go back to
Black
Groundhog
History Month. Awesome.
Also, it's Groundhog Day right now as well.
Is it okay?
Second
so
day. I don't want to
stomp
bring up
all over
more.
that, but
I don't want to bring up
Which is
Groundhogs
also
again.
related to Bill Murray, so it all makes sense.
This all
So-
comes back around, everybody.
Valentine's Day is coming up in a
Yay.
couple weeks. But before we get to Valentine's Day,
Yes.
because Valentine's Day is coming up,
Yes.
what about R.Kelly?
What about R.Kelly?
Yeah, Murray. What's going on in R. Kelly's world? Fill me in, because
What do you?
I've heard some things. I don't like again the media.
You know, I just found out the R stands for Robert.
Well, I assume he has a
Possibly.
first.
I'm
name.
assuming, yeah.
I mean,
I think I knew that.
I knew that from the
From
Dave.
back in the
I knew that
day.
from the Dave Chappelle sketch where she's like, "That's my Robert, always peeing on people."
So all I know from what I've heard in the Twitter universe, social media, is that he so I've known for the longest time he's had his dealings with younger women and things like that. But from the most current news, and tell me if
Apparently, there's
I'm
a documentary, "Surviving R. Kelly."
I haven't seen that one, but apparently he pisses on children,
Well, underage girls.
underage girls. Sorry,
Well, he's got
underage-
like a.
So like it's not like
apparently, like
8-year-olds,
it's like a
16-year-olds.
He's got a bit of a sex
Or
cult.
like 17.
yeah.
Sex cauldron.
No,
So-
and that's what I
Look,
heard.
they
Like he
closed
gets
that down.
girls, and then like he keeps them as like slaves.
He's kind of. It sounds like he's manipulative. Like he gets girls in his like world, and then they kind of like he's
Right.
like
Like you
very-
live here, you stay here, you don't go out, you don't talk to your family.
He's very
I'm gonna
controlling and
Yeah, I'm gonna
You know
come
who?
here.
You know who also did that?
A pimp,
Celine Dion's husband. Remember? Or
the music producer.
yeah, like he found her when she was young, and groomed
She
her.
was. Oh, that's true.
Groomed
Yeah,
her.
and then married her.
You know who else did that?
But he didn't marry her.
Woody
have
Allen.
sex with her. Oh, Woody Allen.
He got her at a young like,
That's a different. He adopted
and he
adopted.
groomed her into like it's not the first time.
That's a little different than
I think he's still married to
sex
his.
slaves.
Isn't he still married to his like former daughter and adopted daughter?
Yes.
Adopted daughter.
Adopted daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's married, but he's kept that up though. Same with Celine Dion.
Well, at a certain point, you just got to be I can't fuck around anymore.
No. I'm just gonna say right now. I've been saying it's actually more wholesome when you think about it. Because
he died.
Celine Dion's husband but like died. He was like, I'm gonna this young woman, 14 years old or whatever, singing. I see potential in her.
He wasn't going for her at 14. It was old. Like she was older.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. I think
like, still pretty young.
I think it's when he started managing her first at 14, apparently.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that like
10 years later,
it's less. I mean, it's still creepy, but it's less nefarious that like that they stayed together for so long.
Murray.
And then they were married, had a child. Same with the Woody Allen thing. I don't really agree with it. I'm saying, but like. You're gonna go into like the fucked up shit that R.Kelly's been accused of. It's way worse. It's like keeping multiple girls and then it's like getting him into his world, not cutting off communication from their families and like probably drugging them, probably doing all sorts of stuff to like
lower it? Drugs. I don't know.
Like it sounds like a lot of fucking shit, man. Keeping them like under your rules, under your watch. Like it's been like all these allegations over the last 2 years because originally we all heard about the peeing and all that kind of stuff and like the underage girl in that tape, and then like, he got in a lot of shit.
Yeah, there was a tape.
He got a lot of shit for that, but then he got out of it. He got basically they couldn't.
Well, he didn't get out of it.
No, they couldn't prove guilt. Like so, he couldn't go to jail.
At the end of the day, you don't hear a lot of number one R. Kelly hits anymore after that. Right before that, like he was kind of a big deal. Like
the Closet Part 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like 5. Yeah, he was around. Like he was relevant, and then that happened.
He's still been a feature on.
And he was touring. Like then it was like he was just touring into like areas that like he knew he had supportive fans or like you know what I mean, smaller shows. I think that's what he was doing. Like, I don't think he was doing any albums anymore.
Yeah. But I think he's kind of like...
He was just living off money.
He's featured a bunch in the last so many years, though. He's kind of been around. Yeah. So he's getting back around. Maybe not as big as he was, obviously, before all that stuff happened.
Peeing on an underage girl was like fucking 15 years ago. So, I mean...
But he got...
It's been long. It's like Pee Wee Herman, man. Yeah. It took him a decade to resurface.
He came back. But, Murray, I've said this before, and this might apply to this situation. Sometimes, in life... You're going to meet a girl, and she's going to be like a fresh bottled wine. Now, you can have that sip of that wine, but it's just not good. So you got to put that bottle of wine away, let it age a little, and then take a sip.
I feel like your hand got too close to my face for a second there.
No, Kevin.
I'm just saying.
You don't piss on the underage wine.
No. You don't piss.
That's rosé.
But there's been a lot of stories, and I'm just not even celeb stories. I've heard real life stories of people being like, you know what? Maybe the guy was older.
It's not
the girl was younger.
For somebody.
Drake has been known to do this.
Drake's kind of doing stuff like this. Yeah. Millie Bobby Brown?
No, there was the girl he was dating before. He met her when
she's 14. Man.
No. There was the
they're
girl.
Chatting and they're friends.
No, you can't do that.
No,
you can't do that.
No, they said it wasn't.
He's a 30-year-old man.
That's
14. You
that's
could be
speculation.
Friendly and be like, I love your show.
That's speculation. I think with her, but they've proved it with other girls he's hung out with. Like there was that like actually a concert thing from a few years ago where he pulls some girl who was like underage and was making out with her. Maybe he didn't know how old she was.
James
but also
Franco
like there was similar shit like that. He's pulled with people.
James Franco was coming out of he was doing a stage show in New York, and he comes out and you sign autographs and everything in like the pit, like getting in your car, and like there's these girls, right, and they're attractive and they're there and they're like, oh, James Franco, like, can I get a picture?
Nowadays
and
with the makeup,
hey, what's up? And like one of them's really good looking, and I saw a picture of her. She did not look 17.
Yeah.
She was 17, and like. He didn't know. Like, he's like, oh, hey. He sees her. He's like, hey, what's your name? And then he talks to her. They exchange numbers. They're doing some texting. You know, and then whatever. I guess she had a boyfriend. He found out, and then she's 17. I don't know what I don't know how it got out. And he's like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't know. He's like, she looked like I thought she was older. Like, and I saw she looked like she was 21, 22.
Yeah.
Like,
so
I get it, but I'm not. It's not uncommon for
somebody
to take a girl like 17 under their wing in a career, music, and then like they get a bit older. And then they start dating her. It's not that they're like, oh, I'm going to date her when she's 19. No, they're looking at this as a business maneuver.
Right.
But if they work closely together for a long time, it's possible that over a few years, you develop that thing, and then all of a sudden, you know, like
Do you remember the days all like that?
Here's the thing.
I don't know.
so. If anybody else has an opinion about R. Kelly,
No, what R. Kelly did. Like, here's the thing.
maybe he's innocent.
Here's the
maybe
thing.
R. Kelly
If he
is
pi-
like our us. What's like us?
if he's
maybe,
pissing on girls. Well, no. Here's the thing. Here's the
I
thing.
think the more
I
thing,
wanna-
the
no, no,
problem
no.
with the new documentary is that like
I haven't
it's the
seen it, but
idea
yeah.
behind the fact that like it's like probably worse than just peeing on people because he's manipulating and entrapping young women and like it's like abusive on like all forms of levels.
Well, hold
It's
on.
like abusive sexually, mentally, physically.
Here's the thing I want to
What he's
throw
doing
at
to
you.
people apparently.
You know, here's the thing I want to throw out to you. If he's withholding these people and holding them against their will, yes, that's wrong. But, and I'm going to pose these questions to
Use
you.
your fingers to my face.
No, here's my thing.
Push
if
poke at me.
you're a celebrity, no, because I want to make sure it gets to you. If you're a celebrity and a girl says and she's of age, and she says, "I want you to piss on me," she gives you consent to piss on her. Are you gonna piss on her?
I don't know. I'm not. It's not what
Well,
I'm
it
talking
depends
about.
what you're into, man.
Okay, if you're into
it's not
pissing.
just a sure.
Here's the thing.
You know, it's
You've,
like
you've lost me on
well,
this pee question.
If
Maybe
R.
you're
Kelly
like, I
gets,
wanna piss
if
on you.
R. Kelly, I'm not. Again, because I haven't seen the documentary, I can't make any calls.
It's not about. I'll say this right now. It's not all about peeing on people.
No.
It's more about like a sex cult where he's like basically
keeping
he's
girls.
taking into his house
young
Yes.
girls.
young impressionable women
Of age or of not age?
some of them not of age, some
Okay.
are.
Okay, so then that's
but
a
then
problem.
it's like,
Some are
but
like
then
28.
basically he's
That's okay.
But you got to think of it from
Is
the
it?
moral standpoint.
Sex cult at 28? Yeah. If you
Think if in the
if you
cut-
want to join a sex cult at 28,
No, they didn't think they're doing anything.
They're just there may be fans of his or people that come into his life or
come
like
stay at my apartment. Oh, but you can't leave. Like I get upset if you leave.
so it's like do you know
If you
like
need
the,
anything, there's a guy. He'll bring you anything you need. And when I come here,
it's like
you know, it's like keeping women around, but like
it's
treating
like
them like shit.
Yeah, it's like emotionally torturing people.
I need to see this documentary.
That's what I think. It's what it really comes down to. It's more like
happens a lot.
It's like an entrapment, and it's also the idea that like you're basically like gaslighting a group of people into like doing whatever you want.
right?
So it's like I don't know. I guess you look at it like I guess crime wise, I'm not sure what the exact crime would be overall.
like
Other
he's
than
what, in
like,
his 40s, late 40s.
but like some of these girls they say could be like are underage. So
Then-
it's just like
then he's in
depending
trouble, yeah.
because seems to pick up people like who are impressionable or like
But even then,
runaway
if the girls
types.
are like in their early 20s. They don't know who the fuck he is anymore. It's not like his shit's all over the radio.
World star hip hop. Don't know.
I don't
not
know.
everybody.
I'm not sure how that all works out, but we should all watch the documentary.
Yes,
and have
we will watch the documentary.
We'll watch the documentary, and I'm
going
going to watch Infinity War finally, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah. You
So,
need to watch that.
so I had a conversation with one of our listeners who
Yes.
I know,
yes.
my buddy Andrew.
yes.
What's up, Andrew?
Andrew, what's
Andrew
up?
had a question. He was curious because he actually he had a diet going for himself and has done very, very well on it.
Nice.
Way to go, Andrew.
And he was actually interested in because you guys were talking about diets.
Yes.
And it was like, guys haven't updated me in a long time about their diets.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, did they just give up? Fuck off. And I'm like, probably. But
We were supposed to give updates, and I think Kevin really went off the rails.
December.
I would
supposed to
say
do it
my
December.
update. I weighed myself recently.
See,
I am down a little bit more, not a lot. I was on a ketogenic diet for a bit, and I went back to work, and I'm
he
outside.
lost like 40 pounds.
I lost about around 10 from when I started like before, but I kind of tailed off because like I kind of had to change my diet because I found the keto sort of thing. Like I was being at work and shit like that and outside a lot in the winter. I started like, I couldn't eat like just like fucking like, I had to get carbs in me again. I was expending too much energy.
Burn some carbs.
Yeah, and it was just like it was tough, and I wasn't fully into like the habit. So I think I started closer to like, I definitely got close to about like.
Progress.
So I definitely got down. I'm still. Last time I weighed myself, I'm still there.
Because he
Roughly,
used Weight Watchers and got results.
Right.
yeah. I have used Weight Watchers as well in the past, and it's definitely a good program. It's something I'm like, I have to try to rethink now because at first I thought like I was going to keep losing weight because I was getting so much more activity. But I've learned more and more that's not really a good indicator. Like I'm definitely in better shape, I think, right now. Like I'm like, and I feel better. But like, I just knowing that like, I should be paying more attention to what I eat at the moment. But so basically I've kind of lost a little bit more since when I started.
So knowing what I've told you guys.
Yep.
About multiple people that I know that have done Weight Watchers and got results. Neither of you are still willing to sign up for it.
Oh, I'm not going to sign up. I've signed up in the past. The one I use a similar app if I ever do it. It's the like the Lose It. Is it Lose It? What's the one where it's like you can do it on your phone? So it's like Weight Watchers. You just
Weight Watchers is on the phone.
No. But there's like there's a similar app. It's like free.
I've tried MyFitnessPal. That's one I use.
No, here, let me find it.
So the answer is no.
Nope.
Cool.
So while he looks that up, for me, I think when we originally
Lose It. It's a calorie counter, a similar thing.
it's like MyFitnessPal.
So basically, well, it's it was. This
Weight Watchers doesn't count calories.
the point system.
It kind of does.
Yeah, but
similar.
you don't know about the calories.
Anyway.
you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like something I would use because it's free. So it's like you can put your exercise and like basically saves all your regular meals. So once you have something in regular, then it's like you get used to like putting it. So I find like it's similar. Weight Watchers has kind of changed. I liked how you were telling me like the differences now because it used to be like basically.
It is points.
No, like the points were always indicative of just overall calories. There wasn't like any kind of.
I don't know what.
Unless it was a vegetable. The only thing was zero was vegetables. Like
Yeah, they've added proteins.
So basically, they're giving you a bit more wiggle room if you're having like proteins and like certain fibers and stuff like that, which is cool because it's rewarding not just eating less calories, but like rewarding for overall better eating. That's why I think it's kind of cool about it.
The only reason I brought it up is because he specifically asked earlier today. So I was like, okay, I'll bring it up. And because
we talked about this, me and Kevin, I was like, should we do an update on the helpline?
And because of his results and other people's results that I'm aware of using that program, which seems to be the one program everybody else that I talk to is steering towards after trying all these other things. And it seems to be working.
Yep.
You guys really just don't want to just...
Well,
How much does it cost? Can I get on your plan? Can I use your login?
It's dirt cheap. And
can I get like how much is
I'll
like?
Send you the,
do you get like? Do you pay per month for that? Like for the online?
It's like a
thing?
chunk of months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like $20 for like 6 months. Or
that's
something.
Not bad.
Or like 3 months.
I thought it'd be like $10 a month or something like that.
No,
I could do like
there's time. Well, there's sales, and that's when you get in.
Yeah.
Maybe if I ask my mom if she'll do it with me or something, be like, hey, you get a family plan.
Yeah.
That's how I do everything now. It's like, hey, mom, Apple Music family plan. Want to get on? And that's like, I'm poor.
Yeah.
Well, family plan.
Family plan. Hey.
No, so
family.
So I don't know why.
Bros.
Like I think we talked about it once about because you were on it for a bit, right?
Yeah.
And you were promoting it. I think we saw some good results on that, and yet there's a result behind it. But I think we also
I'm saying from people I know, from when I was doing it, like on my own, there was results. There's results. There's results.
Of course, yeah.
No, I agree.
And for people who are just like, I need to lose weight, they're losing weight.
Right. I always want to agree because I've done it before in the past. Before we even had cell phones, I used to like log this on my computer.
Yeah. No, and these people like they look better, they feel better. Like you know what I mean. There's a whole thing, probably healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why it's people are steering because like somebody else I know who was like, well, I'm doing this other thing. I think it was keto at the time. They're doing Weight Watchers now. They're like, it's not.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I realized keto it's hard to sustain it. And then you have those fall offs and they're bad. But I've talked a lot to my mom about the keto thing and
your body's not meant to do that.
Yeah. It's like, it's kind of like it's I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but like
Your body's not meant to be
but, like,
deprived
well
the way that does it. If you're hungry, you're supposed to eat food.
Yeah, I eat food. But it's like I think my thing why with it was that like there is like benefits to keto in terms of like things that I have
remember when
problems
you
with.
were on it. So
Like the mental.
The mental is great.
Like
The mental
mentally, you get like into a place where you're much more focused and clear.
not
Like
foggy,
without the sugars and carbs, you all of a sudden you start operating at a different level, and I almost feel like it's the only thing that sucks about it is that the fact that it is hard to maintain.
Yep.
Because like it's not like because you get into it and you're like I'm great at this. Like,
well,
I
nobody's
can-
supposed to be pumping sugars and carbs anyways.
Yeah, but I'm just being like it's
Moderation.
I don't know. It's one of those things where then like but then like it sucks how like easy it is to get back hooked on that.
But you
shit.
also can't just fucking eat a whole pack of hot dogs, But a keto
No,
diet is like go nuts.
No. That's not the mistake. If you do keto the wrong way, which I did the first time I did keto, which was like a whole chicken a day, when you do it that way, you fuck up. But there is the proper way. You have avocados. You've been doing MCT oils and shit.
It's like they want you
There's
to
a smart
incorporate like
way.
a certain amount of fat.
But if you're
and stuff
doing
into
that,
it.
but see, here's the thing: if you're doing avocados and you're eating, fucking whatever grains and this and that, you're basically doing a Weight Watchers diet. Just why not do it?
Well, I can't speak for Kirk,
Speak for yourself.
so I'm going to speak for myself. So in November, I think that's when we started the challenge. I believe, I think November because we were until New Year kind of.
it might have been October.
October. Okay, so
I can't remember.
when we did that. I think at that time I was on a steady decline. Like I was on a steady. I was losing maybe 2 pounds a week at that time. But then what happened in November? Because I started doing. I started to hit like I wanted to.
I know what happened. Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, that
That's
came out
what
too.
happened.
I remember one day you came in and you're like, "Fuck it, I don't care anymore." And then I was like, "What happens with this thing now?" And I was like, I was enjoying the competition for like the moment it was
so
happening.
for October, I think it was pretty good. But then what happened in November? Me and a buddy, we started doing. We started chasing numbers in the gym. Now, for people that know, when you chase numbers in the gym, you get stronger. Like I increased, like I was benching 285, so that's like 2 plates and a quarter on each side for those people. I deadlifted 3.5 plates. Anyways, long story short, I chased these numbers, but what happened was after those intense workouts, I ate like a fucking animal because I was so fucking drained or whatever. And so that was for November. So I was kind of like plateauing in November, but I was getting like stronger. Like I was fucking ripping it up. And then obviously December hit, the holidays.
But if you're not going to be a power lifter
Yep.
in your life,
Yeah.
like if that's not a career thing, if the gym is not going to be a career thing where you're like, check this out. I understand personal goals. Like I want to be able to lift whatever.
Yeah.
With my buddies.
Yeah.
What is the end game?
So for me,
What's the end game? Where does it go?
For
Like,
me,
you know
I
what I mean?
I have personal goal numbers that I do want to hit. By 30, the goal was to bench 2 plates, which I could check overhead. I had numbers, and then I'm close to reaching those numbers.
But health wise,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be more efficient for you to focus on other things?
So far, after getting checked, because I do get checked, I'm at nothing seems to be deteriorating. Like I'm not at a risk of getting fucked
What are you
up.
talking about? You're like, yeah, I got this in my hands and this and that.
Back.
Oh, that was from
And, like,
work.
circulation.
That was from masturbating.
No, but
carpal
it
tunnel
is. But maybe
carpal tunnel and
but
tendonitis.
maybe
tendonitis.
let's say
Work-related injuries.
minus 30. All of a sudden, that's not affecting you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
So the thing is, I have certain goals. Anyways, so December led me down the path, and right now, as of January, just started a new job, which is a very what can I say? There is a high risk of not be. It's not a healthy job. Let's just say that.
No. People that are doing what you're doing, and people that I've talked to in certain industries that end up, because like for the majority you're sitting, right?
Yeah.
So that other people have gone into jobs that I know that have done this.
Yes.
And done other jobs where they're sitting for most of their day.
Yes.
They get tank ass. It's because they sit there and they don't move.
Yeah, so,
and then when they eat unhealthy.
Yes. So right now, I mean, I've just started, but I am eventually going to try and work out a system so that it doesn't bite me in the ass.
But don't you think because of that structure, a Weight Watchers like plan of attack on meals would be ideal?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like I
meal
thought
prep.
about.
You should learn how to meal prep stuff.
No, I do my lunches and stuff like that.
But even then, like you could eat, like you could demo up some numbers.
Yeah.
Like on a lunch and dinner, and you're good. And then the rest is freebies, right? Like,
yeah. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you.
You know what, Murray? I'm going to do Weight Watchers.
Well, I'm not. See, this sounds like an intervention or a convincing
That's
thing.
right, everybody.
I'm not. I don't care.
But I'm serious.
The results are there for people out there.
I think that's like something that like I've done in the past and I've had success, but because I always had someone paying for me to do it. And I never really, as an adult, like I've always like kind of looked for like the free options. So like,
it's
I told you,
it's for some people though. It's like, but
I like
it's like I know people that were trying to date online and not be in Hookupville.
Right.
They were cheap and they kept trying the cheap free apps or the free programs, and everybody just wants to bang.
Right.
They have to pay. Right. They have to pay to join whatever and find love, and it worked for them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things
for
where they
me
didn't wanna
personally,
pay,
like I've been slowly losing weight over the last 2 years. I think I decided like, what was it like? Yeah, 2017 hit, and I was like 315 or more pounds. I was probably more than that because I know my scale went all the way around. I had like an old bathroom scale, and I went like around to 300, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I got really fat really fast, and then so I feel like now I'm at like maybe closer to 275.
Okay, well that's
so
a
that's
lot
like
better.
that's over like 2 years, which isn't like a ton
No, but that's
of.
still an accomplishment.
It's like a 40 pound down over 2 years.
But are you where you want to be?
No, but like I think like I'm proud that I've done that, but like I feel like I'm getting ready to.
And it seems like whatever you're doing is working.
I'm trying to
slowly getting there.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to slowly get there and do it the healthy way and find like it's always like trying to find. Always, my goal is with food is to find things that I like that are actually healthy. So I make protein shakes and stuff like that, like with like kale or whatever,
Kefir
and like Greek yogurt and like I just put like enough protein powder with like.
But that may not help you, depending on things you eat throughout the day.
No, I mean,
Right?
like I'm just trying to find like these things I can put together and make like meal wise that like I like that are healthy, like when I buy like
I'm not saying sit there boiled chicken.
No,
all
yeah,
day,
it's
every day.
things like
boiled
if I,
chicken all day every day.
It's like how to make things
You're
I'm
not
going to eat.
Wolverine.
Like if I buy like I get butter chicken or something sauce, and I'm like I would normally would have put that on chicken and just ate that. But I make sure when I make that, I put like some quinoa in it, and I put like some peppers and stuff.
Here's the thing.
And I like
taking the sauce and then adding other things doesn't make it any better.
No, I mean like I'm just adding like fiber and like vegetables and stuff to it, making it a more complete meal. If that sense, I mean like I'm trying things like that. Or when I like make my eggs in the morning, like
eggs are a freebie, man. Go nuts.
No, I throw in my kale into that too. I cut it up into small.
That's a zero. Kale and
yeah, no, I'm
eggs
saying
is
like
zero.
I just like I make stuff like that, and I put a little hot sauce on it, and I make with turkey bacon, and I make it like in the pan.
That's still a one per slice.
Yeah, so it's like I'm fine. I find ways like to make like the things I make regularly better because it's like and I
like turkey bacon too. I like normal bacon. Fuck, man, normal bacon.
I don't know. Normal bacon for me is too much mess. I don't know. I mean like I'm doing a similar thing. I think to the overall idea of Weight Watchers is trying to like supplement and like
we don't need to get it. You don't have to tell me the entire diet. But
no, I mean like my intent is to like find things that I like that are healthy that I can eat regularly that I'm not grossed out at.
do you think that?
And then I can swap out things like bacon for turkey bacon.
Do you think if you had a girlfriend that drove you into diet that was like
that would be good for me? Or?
Would it be good?
I don't know. Probably not.
What about you? What if you met a girl and she's like,
Just like vegan or something?
not vegan,
Dude,
but maybe vegan. But what if they were like, so I signed you up for this. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh no, but that's like you're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna warn you guys.
So you're
I might fall asleep soon.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna wrap it up for Kirk. But here's the thing. So the thing is like this. When I think we talked about this, but when I was getting some and I was in that complacent mode, I wasn't going to the gym. But when I, hit rock bottom and didn't have anything, I don't know how to explain it. So what you're saying is if I got a girl and she wanted me to go to the gym, would I go? Well, I go to the gym.
I'm not talking about the gym. I'm talking about diet.
Dieting.
If a girl told me to, like my girl told me to, if I had a girl,
like-
But it's something you're doing together, though, right?
Maybe
Or
not.
or maybe she's just
like,
telling
you're
you
going on
to
Weight
go.
Watchers. Here, it's on your phone. You're doing it
I don't know.
because you she's looking at you going, you need to be here 30 years from now, maybe if we're together. So
You're like, bitch,
Let's
30
go.
years? Maybe I don't know about
time
tomorrow.
for you to get time for you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I don't see no reason why not. Like I think I would, if it's
Are you speaking from experience, or like is this like our thing? Were you forced to go on Weight Watchers?
no. If this is a girl, she like
Who, me?
I don't know.
Oh, I still need to lose weight.
No, look, like if a girl's doing it for
But I'm
you,
older. When I was your guys' age,
Yeah.
I was all right.
But I think
But
internally
we're
you're
built
younger than
differently.
both of us. If you know what I mean, you're
no.
probably.
Here's the thing: if a girl like said, "Oh, I want you to do this," out of a caring position, because she did, then yeah, I would do it. But so just to answer
Caring position.
yeah, because she cares about it. She's not doing this because she hates how you fucking look. If she's
feel-
doing it because of that,
I feel like I'd
Then
be
we got
more.
I'm telling you right now, if there's a girl, there's probably girls out there that listen to this that met me or know me or dated me or whatever
or
when I was
dated
young.
me. I've been
that was
around. I've been
like,
dated some girls in my day.
you could lose 20 pounds and go back to that. Or what? I've dated girls that I've sat around watching movies.
yeah,
Look at Jason Momoa or whoever up on the screen and be like, why don't you look like that? Why don't you start going
That's
to the
a
gym a
whole
little
different-
bit?
I like the
It's
idea of
and they don't mean,
goals
you're gonna
together.
look like him, but
Goals together is a better. Like, if it was a girl just telling me I need to lose weight when we were dating and not. Like I'd be like, because I know I need to lose weight.
most guys, if they get a good girl, their number one goal is for her not to break up with him.
But I think my thing would be
Because girls can get any guy they want.
No, I'm saying I would be agreeable with the idea that if it's we're doing it together. She's like, I want to try this sort of thing, like healthy living and eating and
back to this
and
Kirk thing about having to do it with the other person.
I like
Sure,
that.
and
But if
maybe-
it's being
maybe they
forced
would do
upon
it.
me and they're just sitting there eating a bag of chips, I'm not gonna be happy about that.
They're cooking a whole pack of bacon for themselves, and they're like,
Oh, this
your
bacon?
apples
You know,
on
this
the table?
bacon needs some chocolate sauce. They're like, no,
But you know what? Some people can.
yeah.
What if your perfect girl's out there and she can eat whatever the fuck she wants, and she's high
you what she
metabolism
can
and I
eat.
can do whatever, and you're like,
what, Kirk?
Chips, all chips.
So what do you call it? Just to answer your buddy Andrew's question? The reason, I can't speak.
We want to know where you're at, Kevin.
No,
I already said I lost some weight.
The
reason-
answer.
We want you to weigh in right now. How
I've
much
had-
do you weigh?
so they just went off the wagon.
The reason why, I went off the wagon. The reason why
I kind of did, but kind of didn't. I didn't really. Nothing happened.
you're just kind of doing your thing.
I'm just
Kevin's slamming burgers. He's
Yeah.
eating pizza.
I'm still having my smoothies and stuff. So
the reason why
drinking that bacon fat after you make it, sopping
hell
it
no.
up with that bread.
No. The reason why I haven't gone down the Weight Watchers route yet is because as I've stated before in the past, because we've done this
Put the
before.
Superman suit on. Why are you being Smallville here?
No, it's because like I said, I have
He's being Smallville about his destiny.
you know what's gonna happen?
It's like, I'm going to push it to season 10.
What happens if he just takes off his shirt and he's Ned Flanders' body right now? You're like that. Zoop.
no
Fucking cut, bros. What?
4 years.
What?
Here's the thing. 4 years ago,
You know, it gets harder as you get older, right?
yeah. 4 years ago, I could barely bench
No, it has
135.
nothing to do.
No, but I did that by myself with nobody's help. And if I'm going to do something else, I need to earn it. That's my mentality.
Earn what?
it. I need to earn it.
Earn what?
a goal, whether it's losing weight, getting stronger, being able to do a physical activity. I want to earn it. I don't want to go to an app and be like, you know what? I wasn't able to do it on my own. I had to go to an app. And listen, for the people that were able to get results,
but
that
you're
is
taking
great.
all of your info from other sources anyways for your gym stuff.
No, I'm self-experimentation. I've tried stuff. Some works,
Yeah, but you
some
know
doesn't.
where people are at, and like
You gotta,
know what you're
think
doing
sometimes
from
maybe
other
if it's
people.
experimenting, your hypothesis is all wrong.
Yeah, so then I change it.
So maybe you're a bad scientist.
Yeah, so then but that's my personal
But
choice.
okay, so if you're more of a gym expert,
Not a gym expert.
okay, whatever. If you're more of a guy who knows stuff about that, because I believe you are.
I've
You're
studied
knowledgeable.
things.
You're
I'm not an expert.
No, right,
No.
but you're knowledgeable
I know what
for
works
what
for
can
me.
work.
I know what some
but
stuff
you
has
also
worked.
know the basics that if for me, if I follow it, and if I do this,
Yeah.
I will get results. You know what I mean? I will get to that point.
I know the.
And
Yes.
I am comfortable enough
Yeah.
to know that I'm not an expert and I can read shit on the internet all day long, all night long. I still don't. I'm not that guy. I need somebody to tell me, or I need a little bit of help.
That's why
Right?
you have the advantage, because you almost come up with a.
But you're not a diet guru.
No, but you come up with the
So
advantage.
why
of-
wouldn't you need a little help?
No, because here's the thing. You
And that's all it is a little bit of a guiding
no, because see,
force
okay. So
to be like
let me explain to you why.
like a tracker almost.
No,
It's
because
more
here's
like
the
a
thing.
tracker.
Here's the thing. Because for me, when you say Weight Watchers, points, and all this stuff, I'm trying to break it down. Listen, I'm already tracking my stuff on MyFitnessPal. I track my macros. I track my macronutrients, if you know what that is.
Why?
Because I do it. That's
but
what I've
why?
been doing it. Because I just want to know that's
No,
what
but
I've been
why?
seeing. To see if it works or not.
What works?
Everything that I've been trying for the past 4
But
years.
why track that shit when you don't have to?
Because I like to see the data. The data is what proves to me if
You know
it's
what
not
the
working
data
or working
is?
or not.
When you get on a scale and it says LB.
No, because your
Which
body
way does
fluctuates.
the dial go? Yeah, of
Your
course
body
it does.
fluctuates.
Absolutely, it does.
Do you guys do the
depends.
jiggle test? How long is it? Actually, that's a real test I had to do for
Here's
football. Like our football coach made us do that, where like you have to like with your hands up, like the
And
thing for
just
Simpsons,
shake.
and then they jiggle your stuff and see how long it takes to stop.
Yeah.
That's a good test, actually,
Okay.
to see if you're too fat.
Here's the
You
thing.
know what? I remember the day when I didn't have that.
Watch that flubber fly.
Here's the
baby.
thing. In the diet industry.
So
is,
I mean, other than pounds, that's a pretty good indication if you need to lose weight or
Yeah.
not.
And here's the thing with the diet industry. It is one of the biggest issues because there is so much information out there.
No. I'm not saying diet industry. I'm saying one program that I
That
now
you are
know-
promoting.
that I now know works
Yes.
for multiple people, not
Yes.
just one or two
Yes.
that are like, okay, well, it seems like the sample size is getting larger.
Okay.
And the people are
And the
getting
people
smaller.
are getting smaller.
Yeah.
There's no magic pill. It takes time, but I mean, people are on it for like 2 weeks and they're getting results.
Right.
A month and they're like, wow. And 3-4 months, like actually following the program,
Right.
they're getting their goals. Like they're
Right.
getting like massive losses.
And
Yeah.
Kevin, just so you know,
And I'm like, this
just so you
is,
know,
this
cum is
like,
0 points.
Nice.
and this is within a short period of
Yeah.
time where I'm like,
Full of protein.
I've known you for a while. You could be excelling and
I could, yeah.
obtaining.
And also, if you like, you like
all
the
these
like
diet
the
goals.
stats.
Yeah.
I think
I
he
always
just doesn't
thought-
want to give up certain foods.
Well, I think like I remember doing Weight Watchers, and it was like a competition with yourself.
It is, but the difference is like I could
But
go
it's like, but
slam a dozen chicken wings. I could do that.
It keeps you.
It's just
it has
it's
that
gonna
flex.
hurt
There's
me
the
for the
flex
rest of the day.
There's the flex to it too. Yeah, but no, I think it's like I remember liking it because like it is a competition, and you get to like, and if you are competitive in any way, it's great, and it's like having those numbers, and it's very. And once you see the end of the week and you're like, fuck, I nailed that week, or like the days even, like going like this day, or you
yes.
have those, and then are those
I think
ones
it's your,
where
your weekly weigh-ins, or
Yeah,
your
and like-
bi-weekly
and-
weigh-in, where
or
you're
just
like,
even
where
just-
was I 2 weeks ago to where I am today? That's your base board. That's your thing.
Yeah.
You're talking about macros and this and that. That's like nobody talks like that. Nobody fucking talks like that. You know who talks like that?
Yeah.
Dietitians who are taking your fucking money, and all you got to do is put the fucking chip bag down, because I love chips, and stick some broccoli in your face.
I bet Tom Brady doesn't know what his macros
you're
are. No, he
golden.
probably does, right?
probably-
And you're golden. You know what I mean? It's not this shit, which
Yeah.
is why it boggles my mind that somebody
Yeah.
like macros, and you're like, I want to know where I'm at. No, what the fuck are you talking about? Macros.
I track it because
Why?
I enjoy the process. I enjoy the process.
Well, track them, but
I enjoy
track
the
'em-
process.
okay, sure. What the fuck does that have to do with being on like a Weight Watchers diet?
Because
What does that have anything? Why wouldn't you still track that then,
Yeah.
but be on the diet?
Because at different points in my life, I had different goals. At one point, I didn't give a fuck about weight. I cared about what I was being able to lift.
Okay.
I cared
As
about
you get
that.
older, it's harder.
There's guys
And
that are
people
still being
gain-
able, like they're 400, 500 pounds at the age of 40, and they can still shred, 20, 30 pounds
People
off.
gain
And-
more weight
yeah.
as they get older, right? Like
It
that's
becomes
just a
harder.
natural
Yes.
thing, and it's harder
It does become harder, yes.
for your body to
metabolism
get rid
slows
of.
down
That's
over
right.
time.
Yes, that's fact. Yeah, that's science. That's 100%. I agree, yeah.
So
Yeah.
to get into, anyways, we're just going around.
We're not changing your mind today.
No,
not
no.
changing his mind.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing,
I
yeah.
wasn't trying to change his mind.
You're just trying to keep his mind open.
It just bothers me.
Of course.
He's just like a steel trap.
We know, and this pod
He's like
has...
what comes in is tricky.
This pod has revealed many intricacies. I do things my way. I don't bend to certain here's the thing. I am supportive of anybody. Like I know a girl who went on keto. She's super hot
How
right
old is
now.
she?
She's my age because we went to high school together.
Yeah, so she's young.
She went to
Young,
high
too
school
young to
and
complain.
she was a bit bigger.
All right.
And then she went on keto and now she's
All right,
her-
good
she's
for
not gonna
her,
watch
but
pop,
you know
but
what?
she's
She
fire.
would have been able to do
but
it.
she told me that it was a struggle and for her it was the mental battle that,
Weight
that
Watchers
really,
would have done it for her too.
maybe not.
Oh
That's
no,
the
it
thing.
would have if she could be dedicated to it and obey, her system.
But that's
She
the
would have
thing.
been fine.
Everybody works on a different level. For every story that you tell me of people that have passed Weight Watchers,
Kevin.
I'll give you a story of somebody who failed.
Kevin, if I continually tell you, like, yeah, man, I'm doing this, and years pass,
Yeah.
and I want to get guns. I want to get
Yeah.
guns for arms, and years pass,
Yeah.
and I don't got guns, but I'm still saying, like, nah, man, nah, it's coming. I'm getting the
Yeah.
right routine or whatever, and you're like, dude, all you have to do is this.
Yeah.
It's hard work, but you just got to put the time in, and you just got to do this. Do this 4 days a week for 9 months. You're going to get results. You're going to get to the point where you're going to be happy.
Thomas Edison said that when he invented the light bulb and he failed 10,000 times.
Fuck, it's bright in here.
He didn't fail 10,000 times. He just found 10,000 ways
But
not
he didn't
to
know
make
what
a
he
light
was trying to
bulb.
do.
I don't know what I'm trying to do.
What?
And that's the other guy's podcast. So
That's ridiculous.
Can't believe
That's
this guy's
ridiculous.
the
What do you
host
have
of
to
the
say to
show.
that?
Is this guy the host of this
What do you
fucking
have
show?
to say to that?
I don't know. I feel like we're a little thing on a cliffhanger here or something.
yeah, maybe we are. Maybe we are.
It's a cliffhanger?
I think it's a cliffhanger.
All I know is I just signed up for Weight Watchers, guys.
oh, there we go.
Good night.
There we go. There we go. So
I'm taking a commitment to
Yeah.
further my body in
Kevin,
Yeah.
I got
new
one
and
more
adventurous
question for
ways.
you.
yes, hit me up.
How do you feel about country music?
I think he likes it. Definitely likes
Fuck, okay, you know what? If you, I'll let's get through this fast. I like certain. Listen, I love the classics: Cash, Waylon Jennings, fucking Hank Williams, old guys. Not really a fan of country pop. Well, what are you trying to get at? Just what are you trying to get at?
Nothing. I've heard some country music lately, and I've left it on.
Who have you heard
And
that
I'm like,
you like?
all right. Well, I don't know, like on the radio, and I'm
Right.
like, all right, that's it's not. It doesn't sound like it's being sung by a kid,
Right.
and it doesn't you know what I mean. Like it sounds like they're singing about something,
Right.
something important.
Okay. But Jesus Christ, country. Here's the thing.
I'm just saying. People like country music. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with it right now. But I listen to everything.
Yeah,
but
No, look, from my music overall, I'll give everything a shot.
like maybe
Kirk-
I'm so disillusioned with modern music now that I'm just turning in any direction possible.
I've
for
heard
some semblance
I've heard
of
outlaw country is
sanity.
coming back in fashion again.
Maybe.
Just like Waylon Jennings and
Wheeler
like
Walker
Willie
Jr.
Nelson and stuff.
Wheeler Walker Jr.
That guy's terrible.
He's fucking amazing.
No, it's the worst fucking guy.
Fucking
that guy,
amazing.
that guy is
listening to
fucking.
them.
He's
That guy is a fucking terrible hack.
He is a fucking.
He's just like some guy who's just the same as other country guys who's just like, oh, I'm going to talk about like fucking
Making
a girl
country
and getting her pregnant. I don't even know.
Making country great
that
again.
guy is
You showed
fucking
me
garbage.
this guy.
making country great again. Anyways,
He's garbage.
Making
Garbage.
country great
The worst.
again. Oh
Anyways.
my god.
No,
So,
anyways.
but you never even so
No, yeah,
he's trying to get through this because Kirk's tired.
well,
I'm signing up for Weight Watchers right now, so I'm focusing on that.
Kirk's finishing that up.
You never gave the audience
Well, what do you wanna
their
know?
Valentine's Day speech or
Oh.
advice or
we're kind of running out of time, but Valentine's Day is in the month of February. Should be on the next couple of days.
Again.
I don't know. Let's go around the room. As a single guy, do you even care about it, or what are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Well, I saw some Avengers Valentines in Dollarama today, and I thought about you guys. So, I mean, I was going to bring them, but then I decided not to. I
I'm
don't.
just thinking Kirk's gonna be rolling around like Kim Jong Il in Team America.
I'm so lonely.
So lonely.
I was thinking like, well, it's really like very little effort you could do. Those little punch out ones, cards you give someone, and it's like you're like it's Iron Man, like and it's like you're
choose you.
and it's like you're a blast, you know, or whatever, or like those sort of deals. Like they're just like bad puns or whatever. And I feel like that's a cheap way to give out to enough people. I remember this is what happened when I was working somewhere. And I got a bunch of them for Valentine's Day, and I was giving out to girls. And I was like, this is smart because it's like a non-threatening Valentine because it's whatever. And this one girl walked up, and she's like, "Oh, this is cool that like you're whatever." I'm not gonna say that. It was Keto. She's like, "Oh, it's cool. It's cool that Keto is doing this." And I gave her a Valentine, and I was like, "No, they're from me." And then I was like, I saw that change, and she's like, "Ooh, this guy." Giving a Valentine's, and then like it was like I felt
who were you giving them to?
She worked at Sears.
So you targeted a girl and gave her a Valentine.
And you were an adult at this time.
No, because I just had them there, and then like she was there. She's like, "Oh, they've got these things," and I'm like, and she thought that it was like because sometimes
Who were they for?
The Valentines? They were just for anybody. I'm just saying I was using like because I
Okay,
bought
so
like
you
a
gave
pack.
her one.
I bought like the pack from Hallmark that had like probably like 50 Valentines cards, and I was just giving them out. And it was like because I worked at a mall, there's a lot of younger, cute girls who were working there then, and so I was like, this is really like it's a spread, you know. Like I thought it was a good like for spending like the $4 I spent on these cards. I was like, I'm planting some seeds all of a sudden. This is actually a good thing I'm doing. So I feel like it was like I didn't really think of it other than being like my original intent was not to do this, but then as soon as I started giving them out, I was like, Kirk, you're a fucking smart man. Like I was like I didn't see the perceived brilliance
Kirk
of my plan.
just throwing out these Valentines and all these teen little girls.
But like it's like you it's one of those things where it's like a very small
Did you give
gesture.
a Valentine to my 15-year-old daughter, you sick pervert?
No, it says she's a blast. It's totally cool, man. It's
Jesus
like
Christ.
that's what I'm saying. Like the
Look, Iron
perception.
Man. Kids love Iron Man.
yeah.
Like it's just Batman saying have a batarang day, you know, like it's not really you know, it's like you could really downplay it and overplay it at the same time.
All
depending
right,
on
so
the
Kirk
circumstance.
possibly
Yeah.
inappropriately gave out some cards to complete strangers.
Right.
No, they're most of the people I knew. There were girls I worked with and people around the mall. Just kind of was tossing them out. And few cute girls of age. I hope. Also, I mean, like I had to check. I had to check people's driver's license frequently, so I knew most people's ages if they talked to me at the old shop. But anyway, this has been a nice chat. I'm going to get back to my phone here.
So that's Kirk's Valentine's Day advice: is
So,
buy a box of cards
or candies.
and sprinkle them out to the public.
Yeah, if you don't have a girlfriend and you're targeting just one girl in particular, that's stupid. I'm saying like,
What about now that you're an adult?
yeah.
Or maybe you're an adult now. But
I don't know.
Going to like these bars
Sex
and that
shop?
No, not on Valentine's Day.
Not
by
on Valentine's
yourself.
Day, they overcharge.
But you go to these bars that do like hate Valentine's Day.
Right.
Generally,
Yeah, they have a
they're-
couple places.
Yeah, generally they're full of women who are single, right? And they go out together and whatever.
Yeah.
However, little known fact is women actually want to talk to guys and guys want to talk to women. So if you go, there's a chance you're going to meet somebody.
Oh, shoot. I forgot my my CVC. What's that stand for again?
Well, 3 numbers on the back of your
card
credit
and
card.
don't say it for God's sake.
I'm not going to say it. I don't know it.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
I got to go look at my credit card.
I'm
This is no-
going to wrap it up. So my final thought. Well, no. Let's go to the relationship guy because you obviously have your you've experienced.
I'm a
it
black
all.
hole, man.
Do you like Valentine's Day? Does it even make a difference to you at this point? Do you buy those high overpriced chocolates?
I think Valentine's Day is a day, and no, but there needs to be acknowledgement in any relationship,
Okay.
and it could be a friendship even.
Okay.
No, not between me and you and him or whatever. But I'm saying, like,
No,
if you saw a
You missed
girl
the
that's a friend of
helpline
yours,
earlier. There's some things flying between me and
if a
Kevin.
girl
I guess, so.
that's a friend of yours, if you saw her, or you whatever, you
Yeah.
work with her, and it's not creepy, you can always say, "Oh, and a happy Valentine's Day to you." Hopefully, I don't know if but you don't have to give her anything. I think there needs to be acknowledgement to people.
Do you love them?
No,
Or like you care about them?
no,
Yeah, you want to bang them?
no,
Do you want to keep the door open to potential love or affection?
no. It's just acknowledge. It's like
You're a woman,
Merry
I'm
Christmas.
Oh, okay. It's expected.
No,
It's
courteous.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
It's like
Because if you're
it's
a
like not
guy,
sitting on the
if
blue
you're-
chairs in the subway.
If you're just there, and let's say it's Valentine's Day, and you go and you're buying a pair of jeans, you just decide, you know what, fuck it, I'm buying a pair of jeans today, and you go to Levi's or whatever, wherever you go, and you buy a pair of jeans and whatever, and you're at the cashier and you're just finishing up, and you're like, all right, thank you very much, and they're like, you know what, have a great Valentine's Day, Kirk, and it's a girl, you're gonna be like,
why? You want to smash?
happy Valentine's Day to you too. No, see, and that's the thing, right?
Oh,
People are going to take it wrong.
I'm glad that
and
I
be
gave
like,
you my
"She
number when you asked
loves
for
me.
She wants to smash
me.
I'm glad that I gave you my number when you asked for
She
it.
likes me. She really does. It
Yeah.
was meant to be.
You have my
But no,
email
that's all
if
it
you'd like
is.
to contact
It's just an
me later.
acknowledgement for another person. You don't go home and cut out little happy faces and become a psycho. You know what I mean? Because some people might.
Yeah.
Fuck, maybe
I've
you
been
can't.
there.
You know
Been
what?
there,
Maybe
that's
you can't. Because somebody is going to go home and be like,
Do you? I
and
guess like
freak
that.
out and be like, oh my God, he's got a crush on me.
Always be someone's reason to masturbate, right? So you always got to hope for.
Anyways,
Isn't it your own?
Well, I think I kind of masturbate to myself a lot if I really think about it. 'Cause
here's
I'm
okay.
I'm kind of like,
Let me just reel this back in.
if you can't love yourself, who can you love, right, guys?
As a guy who's had good Valentine's days and bad Valentine days, it's what you make it. If you're with somebody, go out, have a good time, fuck the shit out of each other, and then say I love yous. And then if you're single, it's just a fucking another day. It's just another day.
You know, for a lot of people in relationships, it's more of just another day.
Then fucking fuck
Where,
with fucking
it's an
bells
acknowledgement.
on.
and
I don't
it's
know.
like, okay,
But it's just another day. At the end of the day, if
watch
you,
The Punisher.
if you require a day to,
I'm more
to
about
express how you
February
really feel,
15th.
your shit's broken.
February 15th. I get to eat all that half price chocolate.
There we go.
Your shit's broken.
If you need a day to tell you that today's the day when you really should be expressing how you really feel about somebody else, your shit's broken. You shouldn't be. It's like people who wait till New Year's to finally make a change in their life, and then fucking January 1st comes.
Do you know
around.
what happens with January, like New Year's Eve?
What, Kirk? What?
People do make like these big ideas and like resolutions, but
Yeah.
it's the number one night where people get addicted to Coke for the first
There
time.
you go. So
Think about that.
there we go. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
right?
So what I'm saying
Sure,
is,
it is right. It has to be the number one. If you think of any night of the year, or the first time Coke addict comes out, it's
we'll look into the
New
stats.
year, new me.
We'll look into the stats of that.
I gotta be. I'm time to party.
yeah, time to have a good time.
Yeah. Like I said, if you require a day to make it all special, you got to work on some other shit. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wrap that up. We talked a lot about some comic book shit. We obviously we have some good ideas, but at the end of the day, money talks. Producers make the decision.
Money talks and Ryan
I don't know
Reynolds.
why they won't let me make $1 billion movie or
Yeah.
$100 million movie. I know nothing about the industry, but I can do it.
Yeah.
I want to make a Speedy Gonzalez
I don't
movie.
think I could.
I want to make a live action Speedy Gonzalez movie. You guys down to invest in?
No.
$1 billion?
Yeah, CGI. Other than that, give us. Yeah, you know what? We covered a lot. What do you call weight loss shit and then fitness stuff. If you have your own personal stories, whether it's pro Weight Watchers, whether it's pro keto, or whether it's being a fucking Frankenstein like myself,
Jesus Christ.
clearly not the face of health.
I have a question for the audience
Yeah, Murray, hit him up.
on my closing statement.
Yes.
Whatever happened to Mighty Mouse? Let me know.
Yeah, let us know on our.
Maybe he had the same problem Superman had. He wasn't interesting because he was too powerful. Maybe people are like, he's not interesting. He's just too powerful of a mouse. We gotta have a mouse who's more realistic, a realistic version of a mouse.
Jesus.
Mighty Mouse
like a
is catchy.
Jerry. Like a Jerry,
If
that
you know who
Mexican
Mighty Mouse is, good for you.
Here I am, the
let me know.
Yeah. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. All that social media goodness.
Do you think they should bring back Mighty Mouse
Carry
and
on.
like Speedy Gonzalez and a bunch of other mouse like
He's
Tom
really
and
working
Jerry?
on Speedy Gonzalez.
I think no. I'm just saying there should be like a new Avengers, like a team up of all the famous
Of all the
cartoon
mice?
mouses.
And should the villains all be cats?
That's good.
Okay.
No,
Anyways.
it'd be Tom or who is it? Jerry,
Jerry.
and Mighty Mouse. That's it. What other famous mouse is there?
Mickey. He doesn't really count. He's more of a humanoid mouse.
Yeah, I'm talking like
I'll let you
those kinds of
cut
mice.
me off way before then. We're gonna cut this out.
That's the other guy's podcast.
This is done. We're done. We're
done.
We're out of here.
We're done.
Why would you cut that out? That's the best part.
Oh, God.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay, let's keep
Okay.
keep
No,
rolling.
no.
Let's keep it
Yeah.
rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
There we go.
No, we're gonna stop. Stop. We're stopped.
Right.
So
I'm gonna cough. So.
you cough, and me and Murray are gonna
No,
keep
no.
talking for. We're gonna cut. I'll cut.